Okay, here we are. We're back. Welcome back, those of you that are joining us again. This is the first time that we've done. We were just talking about this. This is the first time we've done this where we played a game about a year ago, and we shelved it for a while because we're interested in exploring other game systems and trying new things and experimenting. And we've never really left this game, have we? Like it was always in the background thinking, hey,
We
wouldn't
almost made this Horizon.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
This is
So
really close to being Horizon.
it was because we really connected well with these characters and there was great interplay. We're missing one player tonight. Our buddy Rick, 28 millimeter RPG, couldn't make it. Hopefully the next time he can. But we've got a new face here. Kingmaker has joined us.
Hey.
And we're excited to see him join in with this game. My goal for this game, before we get started, and we have to do a little bit of a warm up here. It's not usual that we do this. We usually launch right in after just doing brief introductions. But since it has been a year, it probably does make sense to give just a little bit of a recap. So Cole's notes version.
For the people watching at home.
Yeah, just for the people who are watching at home, really, I think all of us have rewatched the session. So this is just a plug again for those of you that are thinking of, should I ever record my game session? Yes, you should, because it gives you that record. You can go back and watch it, and it really helps. It's very, very helpful.
If you're brave enough.
If you're brave.
Like that's one thing also, like going back to the session, I saw a lot of things that we do much better now. That was interesting as well. Like we came a long way. And it was a first session with this system, which also like now we master so much more. So it's going to be interesting to see on that side as well.
Yeah, that's a great point, Max, because when we played this the first time, you could see that we made some mistakes with the system. I had some confusion over when a crit is a crit, some things like that, how armor is handled. And we've played enough with this now where I think we're approaching system mastery, which to its credit, EZD6 makes relatively easy. It's not that hard to get system mastery. The other thing too is when I watch these sessions again, and Max, you pointed this out, we were fairly early on in this 4D role play, in character focused role play, and you can tell there's some things that we were doing back then that we don't tend to do as much now. One of them that I noticed was that I did a lot of talking. It was a lot of ping pong, and my descriptions, though I thought they were relatively on point, they were too lengthy, and I did notice that on the rewatch. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I think from my so it's funny, when I joined the group, this was actually one of the first games I watched.
No kidding.
Yeah, first game, because I was looking for a dungeon crawl, and guys in the Discord were like, "Go check out this game," so I watched it. Now that was a while ago. I rewatched it again recently on 2x speed, but personally, I thought your descriptions were awesome. I thought it was good, but yeah.
I definitely think that we play differently now than we do then.
But I do think there's some difference.
I think it's a really good example of a game for people that may like watch our style and maybe are worried that they'll miss out on the fun of the table, because it's such a fun game.
It was so much fun. And that's something that, my goal for this session is to try as much as possible to recapture that tone that we had in that first session a year ago, because I just thought it was great. The tone was really good. The interaction between the characters was excellent. There was some levity there. It was good. I really liked it. So I think it's probably time now for me to give just a very brief recap to those 8 of you that are watching right now. Thank you for joining us. The original session was Rick's character, Nevel, the elf, had hired the 2 least expensive adventurers in town to go and help him recover the son of a baron who had gone missing while exploring Gascon's Well. Gascon's Well, a ruin that had stood a little ways out of town for quite some time on the other end of a dwarven bridge. During that exploration, which involved all sorts of hijinks and negotiations, including theft from a group of women and children, monsters, so it's okay, the group recovered at the end of the session the corpse, sadly, of the Baron's son, or as Kreech calls him, the blonde one. And that is where that was what Nevel had hired them for, having recovered the body of the Baron's son, a sad outcome. We rejoin Kreech and Korvak and potentially a friend in the bustling, busy common room of the Fat Sow, a favorite of adventuring groups and mercenaries within the town of Solby. And in that tavern, we rejoin amongst the loud, boisterous conversations of rival adventuring groups, all of which are able to command higher prices than poor Kreech and Korvak, though perhaps with this recent win, your fortunes are changing.
Flush now.
Prominent on the a prominent sign lies above the door that goes into the Fat Sow. It says this and explains why Nevel is not here. In bold print, it says, "Elves, we don't serve your kind." In the tavern, sitting at a booth, Kreech, Korvak, and perhaps another.
Sitting in the corner of the room, hood over his head, staff leaning against the back of the chair, sipping a glass of wine, figure. Faint glow, green, emanates from under the hood, watching the crowd, looking towards the bar.
Sitting in the booth, across from Korvak, just staring at him in amazement. Like, thirsty, huh?
Sitting in the booth and across Kreech, I say, yeah, I'm just like tying up my hair, the top of my hair, freshly showered from upstairs, my giant sword wrapped in a fur next to me, leaning in the booth. I get up, slap my hand on the table. I'll go get something to drink.
Of course.
I head
Around
toward
the
the
bar.
counter.
I stand up, walking towards the bar for a drink, scanning. I catch in the corner of my eye a familiar face. Kreech, is that you? Looking down in a booth to my right.
I have some precious stones in my hand, and I go, oh! I tuck it away back into my jerkin. And I go, yes? Oh, you again.
Yes, it's been quite some time since we last seen one another. How have you been, old friend?
Not good. I grab my smaller mug, take a drink.
The barman behind the counter head comes up as he polishes a tankard. Korvak, my best customer. I hear
bring
you've
my-
had some good luck.
I point to him and I make and sign him to come close.
Oh, yes.
And
He leans
As
forward.
he leaned forward, I put my hand on his shoulder and I bring him over further along the counter.
Oh.
And then I get some of those the gem that I got paid by Neville. I got one out of my pocket. And
His eyes dart down.
Give me all the beer you can
Right away.
for that little gem.
Why don't we
And
do
I-
this?
I
You
put it,
keep
like,
that
deep in
gem
his
for
hand.
now, and I'll just open a tab again. How about that?
Oh, I like that quite a bit, I'll tell you.
You're my best customer. And
Keep
tell
it
me,
coming.
The news about that Baron's son. Troubling,
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
bear, yeah. Well, we did what we could. We did what the other couldn't, right? Found the Baron's son. Unfortunately, he wasn't alive anymore, but
A burly man comes up right next to Korvak. He leans over, putting his face close by. Verith.
May I sit, Kreech? I turn and I grab a chair behind me, slide it around, and swing it in front of him, and just plop down next to him at the table. Are you alone? What? You seem like you've been out adventuring again.
No, I'm not alone. I got old Korvak's with me.
Korvak.
I look back, see the large man. Like, "Ah."
Well, it's funny to see you here. I'm in the process of looking for a group. And you and I have some history. I'd love the opportunity to team up again. I'm searching for whatever I can in these crypts in these areas.
What's the matter? They get a little too fancy for you and your corpses.
Well, as you imagine, it does
Decide
pose a
to
problem.
slum it out with us. No talent hacks.
No talent. Ah, I remember you being quite talented.
I feel the big burly man coming close to me. I turn around. I look up to him. I put my hand on the back of his hips and one on his belly, and I laugh and say, "Getting a bit close there, buddy. Can you not feel out the space you taken?"
He straightens up a little bit. Excuse me, Master Dwarf. You may not know me. We circled in different circles. We talk to different people. You and I.
Yeah.
He glances down at a prominent embroidered patch on his shoulder, a key surrounded by lightning.
I look at the.
I hear you were the ones that sneaky, sniveling elf hired that found the Baron's son.
Is that a problem for you?
That was supposed to be our job.
Well, what can you do now? Supposed to be people that talking should and supposed to be are fucking loser. Things are or they aren't.
He straightens up, ramrod straight.
Listen,
we'll see
buddy.
about that.
You said
dwarf.
You said we evolve in different circles, talk to different people. Let's keep it that way. And I tap him on the belly again.
Shift in my seat, noticing the posture of the man changing. Korvak.
I turn back toward the barkeep.
He looks a little nervous,
for my
looking
drink.
at the interchange between the two of you.
slap
Furiously
my hand
polishing a
on the-
tankard.
I slap my hand on the counter. I say, like, I'm getting thirsty over here.
Yeah, that's right, gentlemen. Let's not have any of your intergroup rivalries here. I mean, I'll accept everyone's coin.
Yeah. Send the drink to my boot.
Right
And
away. He waves to a
around.
barmaid.
Turn around, look at the guy with the key patch, look him in the eyes, and say, "Have a good evening, gentlemen." And I go back to the booth.
He spins on his heel and walks away to another large group of adventurers standing next to a booth on the opposite side of the common room.
Leaning in, I begin to about to speak to Kreech when I see Korvak approaching. This is your companion, Kreech? Korvak, you said? I turn to make eye contact with Korvak.
Yeah. That's Korvak. Hey, Korvak, this is Verith here. He's a wizard. Is that what you'd call it? I forgot
con-
what word you
uh,
used
I am
before.
a conjurer, just like you, but I deal in a different circle of magic. It's a pleasure, Korvak, as I turn and let out a pale hand shake.
I brush him like say, scoot over a bit and I can sit. It was like the place was taken.
Right away, I scoot into the booth. So, tell me of your recent adventure. I was just telling Kreech that I'm interested in joining a party. You see, I'm looking for artifacts from various crypts and dungeons, and you can't find what I'm looking for in libraries, if you will.
So you're hiring.
Hiring, no. Looking to join up with some able-bodied adventurers, as a matter of fact. And I know
We're working for
Kreech
hire.
is... You're for hire. Well, I can tell you this. I'm not looking for gold. I'm looking for scrolls. Magical scrolls.
Well, it just so happens we're looking for gold.
Well, gold is not a big concern of mine, as you know, Kreech, given my background. I would like to explore any dungeons or crypts in the area, if possible, that come up.
Well, listen, pretty boy. What is his name? Like Varret? If gold was more of a concern of yours, you could have some to pay us to go with you. That's how it works.
Pay you? Well. Very well. Fair enough. It is of no use to me.
A barmaid.
What is your number?
A large platter full of tankards. She comes and with a skillful move, she places it on the table and quickly passes out the ale between the three, leaving a large tankard there next to Korvak. Her eyes dart down to the tankard and then meet Korvak's eyes, and then she looks at the tankard again. And then
I snatch one of the smaller ones away before Korvak gets it.
I grab the big one right away. I say, by the time you walk back over there and back here, this one's going to be empty.
She giggles a little bit. Yeah. And then her eyes again dart to the second tankard that she's put in front of Korvak. Swatting deftly a stray hand or two that swats at her backside. She pirouettes and spins with ease and practice through the crowded room, already heading towards the kegs, the casks of ale to refill for thirsty patrons.
I'm sorry, Kreech. I didn't know you would have a friend over, so I didn't get a drink for him.
I have wine.
I don't even know what this guy eats, if I'm honest with you. He's very spooky.
I do eat, but I do have some wine here in a goblet. Now, I will hire you. That's fine. That's fair because I have needs other than gold. I'm looking for scrolls. So, what do you say? What is your number?
My eyes follow the waitress, eyeballing her suspiciously. I sniff my ale.
Dark, bitter.
Put my tongue in it as it tastes like a frog or a lizard. Suspicious of poison.
Roll.
You give me boon.
Yep.
Six.
Success. Not poisoned, but slightly watered down.
Sure. To be expected. Taking a big drink out of it.
I'm putting the big tanker down back in front of me, halfway empty. I say, listen, Barrett. Look at us go tonight, right? And if you can cover my fees for a month, I'll go with you for a week.
A month? That's quite steep, my friend Korvak.
Well, we get injured in those jobs.
Let's take a drink.
Well, if it means for a week, a month. Very well, very well. I agree. I put my hand out. So we shake on it and we find work. I'll find the work and you'll come with me.
I
Still
spit in
drink.
my hand and I extend it toward Barrett. All right, let's check on it.
Come on and clasp hands.
Still drinking my ale.
Sudden crack.
Where exactly are you? You got your eyes on a place?
I don't. But I figured here, of all places, we could find something.
A crash as a rotund
Money.
dwarf suddenly hits the floor. His chair collapsed underneath him. There's laughs, loud, raucous laughter around seeing this. It's good sport. The dwarf, having landed on the ground, looks over, sees a familiar face. Dusting himself up, his red cheeks, his many blood vessel broken bulbous nose. He cries out, "Oh, Korvak! You're back!"
I raise my eyes, I recognize the face, and I see under my breath, like toward Kreech. Oh, fuck, not that fucking asshole.
My eyes twinkle a little as I spot a coin rolling from the fallen man.
Say, hey, buddy, what's up?
He struggles to his feet, somehow managing to hold a tankard of ale mostly level. He stumbles over and then hits the table of your booth, jostling the tankards above or on it, spilling some of his ale on Verith. He leans forward. I'm Thulgut. Long acquaintance of Korvak here. We're good drinking buddies. Korvak. Hey.
I slide out of the booth and I say, "Hey, have a seat here." And I step on the coin, slide it over.
I got my all wet. As I'm patting myself down in disgust.
Thulgut leans over and
nice fancy clothes.
He reaches for the second tankard in front of Korvak.
Put my hand on it.
Hey.
Sorry, buddy, I'll need that. And I start drinking from the other one.
I think you've had enough, Thulgut.
Someone bumps into Thulgut from behind. It's the barmaid from before. She's returned. Sir, I believe that's a private meeting. She takes him by the arm and leads him away under some of his protests, looking back and winking at Korvak.
I say, no. Come, join us.
He jostles, coins loose in his pockets.
I put the empty tankard down on the table. I say, that's all good, lad. Like, alas, you can let him be.
She shrugs her shoulders.
I give Korvak the signal for a remark.
He sits down heavily next to Kreech. The jingle, or in the spot that Kreech has vacated in the booth.
I slide in next
jingling.
to him, pulling the coin under the table with me.
Sipping my wine. How much have you had to drink today?
Oh,
Thulgut,
it's still
was
early.
it?
Yes, Thulgut. Thulgut, they call me Coin Brew. Thulgut Coin Brew. Pleasure to meet you, he says. Fat-fingered hand shoved in your face.
Yes, pleasure. And I just
So what do you want?
reach out to shake.
Well, I just wanted to share in your victory and toast to your further success. I heard about the Baron's son.
Oh, Baron's son. So Thulgut speaks of your adventures. Do tell.
Oh, yes. Sad bit of business. But they made their way all the way to the bottom of Gascon's well. Yes, they did. And recovered the body of the poor Baron's son. Broken it was. They say he fell. But I heard a rumor. He leans forward. A rumor. And in a whisper that carries across the loud common room, he says, I heard it was no accident.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? And my hand goes into his nearby coin purse.
Roll with Boone.
I guess you hear a lot of stuff when you linger around in tavern eating and drinking, eh?
Oh,
I've-
yes. I know it all.
Well, do tell.
Well,
Peering into his drunken eyes.
just between you and me, in a whisper that again carries alarmingly far, I heard that some of the other companies,
I moan as his breath like hits my nose.
his breath enough to curl eyebrows, his own bushy eyebrows, obscuring most of his forehead. I heard that maybe someone meant for the little Baron's son to be tossed into the well.
I look at Kreech. I said, in this fucking place, everybody's about like supposition and should and maybe this and maybe that. Fucking get under my skin.
Yeah, it's probably those animals grabbed him and pulled him down. Who cares? He's dead.
And Thorgr, what makes you think he was murdered? Well, what brings you to this conclusion that he was tossed in?
Oh, it's just rumor. Just rumor. You know how it goes. Loose lips, especially loose after a few drinks. And he takes a long pull on a tankard and slams it down on the table, empty. Ah! And then his eyes straight at the other tankard in front of Korvak. Licks his lips.
Wait a
Let
second.
me ask you that. Is there any coin in knowing this shit? Or in conjecturing about this shit?
Well, yes.
Hold on a
of course.
second, Korvak. Hold on a second. I look at the dwarf and I say, are they saying we killed the kid?
Well, some are. I told them that's preposterous. Neville can't hire killers. He doesn't have the coin. I heard a rumor. He was paying people in glass made to look like gems. Can you believe it? I tell you, don't trust an elf. That's why I like drinking here. No elves.
Well,
I
look
my
at
hand reached
Korvak.
my pouch where the gems are. They said that, eh? That he was like cheating people that he hired.
Yeah, well, see, Neville was a little strapped for cash. That's why he was able to undercut all the other adventurers, you see. That's a rumor. I'm sure you're fine. And again, we're here to toast. And he looks at he turns his empty tankard upside down. A few drops of ale fall on the table. I can't toast like this. His eyes look again to that full tankard.
I look at him. I said, then I guess it'd have to be for another time.
Ugh.
I pull a small knife out and hold it up to his throat. And I say, don't you ever fucking tell anyone that we killed that kid. You understand me?
His eyes go wide. Oh, you okay?
I lean back in my chair, admiring Kreech with his
I
knife.
look at Korvak and say, fake stones.
It was just a rumor.
Check the stones, Korvak.
Relax a bit, Kreech. You better lose it, fat gut.
I pull the knife from him. Get out of the booth.
Kreech, just as sharp as I remember you.
He stumbles out of the booth, anxious to be put distance between him and Kreech. He looks back a few times at Kreech and then heads for the exit.
I grab the little pouch on my belt where the gems are in. I throw it on the table between me and Kreech. I look at it for a moment.
These are the gems he spoke of. Looking down.
I palm the coin purse of the fat dwarf, stash it in a pocket,
It jingles.
picking up the coin at my feet as well.
I open the purse on the table without like dragging it to me, just in the middle there, and I grab one of the gem inside, and I bring it to my eyes, and I look at it.
Success. It's glass.
I slam it on the table.
It cracks.
Said the ball on that fucking elves. Being a fucking dwarf in fake gem. I think I
Well,
drank too much when we accepted that job.
My eyes dart to the bartender, and I lean in and I say, we may not want to broadcast that we're broke just yet.
I take a sip of my wine. Well, sounds like your last job was a bust, but I'll still pay you for work if we can find it.
We might need to be paid a bit in advance. Or I look at Kreech, I say, or how broke are we exactly?
As if on cue, her ears attuned to the talk of gold. The barmaid pirouettes through, spinning, skating effortlessly between all of the patrons, the crowded room. She stops in front of the table. Oh, well, those are some pretty glass beads.
I take the large mug and I say, we'd like to send this back, I think.
What? Is there something wrong?
No.
Yeah, you
I'll
watered
cover
down
it.
the ale. Everyone knows it. Get this swill out of here.
So she reaches forward and takes the untouched tankard, the extra tankard that she put in front of Korvak.
I say, wait. Let's not be harsh. Let's not rush here.
She leans forward a little more. Her mouth now close as she whispers to Korvak, meet me in the wine cellar. And then she quickly, okay, yep.
I pull the tanker back.
A small parchment dislodged from underneath the sweating tankard as the cold ale underneath causes beads of condensation around the metal.
I take a big swig of the tanker. I put it down on the table. I say, gentlemen, you have to excuse me for a second. I have some matter to attend to. And I leave the booth.
Take another sip of my wine. Well, that's interesting.
Not paying for this watered down swill. Yell at the waitress as she walks in.
Relax, Kreech, relax. I'll pay for it. It appears you're quite broke anyway. Sipping my wine. So, maybe we should find a board around here. Look for some jobs. Maybe one of them will tie to whatever that drunkard had said before. Something's going on here, clearly.
I move around the tavern like unconspicuously, and I end my way toward like the wine cellar, waiting for until nobody's watching to go like in the staff only place.
Slipping behind the door, the well-worn door that goes into the wine cellar. The eye of the bartender just catches Korvak going in, and he nods, already spending Korvak's gold in his mind. A moment later, the barmaid comes bustling in, arms full of tankards. She says, it's so busy. I have just a second, but I needed to warn you, she says.
Just a second. Oh, warn me?
Yes. They're going to pin the death of the Baron's son on you. I heard some of them talking. That big tall one, the haughty one that accosted you at the bar.
Well, we didn't do it. But and I lean closer to her. I put my hand on the wall behind her. One thing I would do.
I can just imagine, she says. She uses her acrobatic grace to attempt to slip under, but instead bumps straight into Korvak, face to face.
So yeah, I put my hand on her back. So you said it was quite busy, but maybe you find some more time now.
She blushes a little. Later, but not right now. I'll be noticed. My absence will be noticed.
You know my room number.
It's
Sitting
the
at the
same
booth.
one, she says.
Sitting at the booth, I look around and I say, "We gotta get out of here. I think I'm just getting that feeling like it's about to be time to kill the goblin. That happens sometimes in cities I'm in."
Kill the goblin, you say? Well, very well. On the way out, I'm going to take a peek at the bulletin board, though, and you make your way forward. I'll get outside, and I'll follow you there. As I stand up, take the last drink of my
Yeah.
wine, and place it down.
Thanks for getting the tab.
Anytime. Well, we're now contracted together again. It'll be a pleasure. As I reach into my pouch, pull out a handful of coins and place them down on the table. I'll meet you
coins
outside.
Roll on the table around the shattered fake gem. In front of the bulletin board, a man stands. He's posting. He's taking down one post and looking at it and then putting up the same post again. Keeps looking around, looks a little dejected. The post is advertising a need for protective services. He then looks over and sees Verith approaching and walks quickly away towards the exit.
Walking towards, I glance at the man as he walks away towards the exit.
Fine clothes, expensive clothes.
Looking up at the board, I grab the paper that he had just posted, pulling it off the board, admiring it, reading it. Interesting.
As I'm sitting at the table waiting for Korvak, my hand slides up to the coins left on the table, and I take one.
I let the barmaid go.
Oh, and I put
As I go back to your shift. I'll see you later.
She
Give it a little
she
tap on the
winks and blushing still. She, again with her acrobatic-like grace, takes the many tankards in her arms and spins and weaves her way through, heading back towards the bar and the barkeep.
And I wait there for a second, and then I go after her, letting a little gap of time, head back toward the boots.
pull a hood up over my head and just use the shadow of it to look at the other bar patrons to see if anyone's sizing me up
Go ahead and roll.
in a wickedly conniving way.
Success. Across the common room, two groups of adventurers speak, not boisterous like the others, inventing their tall tales and claims of fancy. These are quiet, speaking in low voices. Their eyes keep returning to Kreech's booth, and then they speak. And then they look again.
I have a low growl as I watch them through my peripheral.
Placing the paper in my underneath my cloak, I turn to walk towards Kreech and follow him out. Kreech, ready?
I'm sitting at the booth waiting on Korvak.
I show up at the booth, and I'm making a move to readjusting my kind of leather loincloth kind of skirt kilt that I'm wearing. It's all right. I think it's time we get out of here.
What's the matter? Too many beers? Stood up.
Standing there. I turn and I look at the booth. Kreech, there you are. Thought I just saw you walk by. I found a contract on the board, a protection contract. Just posted today. Korvak. I nod.
We need to go.
All right, very well. Let us go.
I reach for my big sword that is in the boot. Grab it by the blade, let it lay on my shoulder. The blade that is all wrapped in fur. So yeah, I need to talk to you outside, Kreech. I can come too, pretty boy.
I wait for the other two to head. I take up the rear, my staff on my shoulder.
I grab my
Continue to
staff.
watch the men watching me through my peripheral, through the shadow of my hood.
I reach
As
over
I
to
walk-
the table. I reach
As I
over to
walk
the table where I
Go ahead, Verith.
I reach over to grab the staff at the table I had leaned on previously, preparing to make my way out, as leading the group out of the tavern through the crowd.
As I walk toward the exit, I purposely pass by the guy with that had the key on the patch key, and I put my my hand on his sternum, and I say, "So I guess we'll meet each other again sometime soon. Have a good evening. Enjoy yourself."
Maybe sooner than you think, dwarf.
I think quite soon, yes.
They wave off the barmaid, who, in her lithe way, stays relatively close to Korvak, Kreech, and Verith on their way out of the tavern. She spins and deflects others, drunken patrons, as they move around in the evening bustle, stopping just outside the exit door, holding the door open.
I step out. No.
Follow right behind Korvak.
Stepping out into the street, out into the outside the tavern. Oh, Korvak. Everything all right?
Yeah, let's make a few step over there. If you don't mind. And I start like,
Yeah, over there. I point at a darker alley.
yeah. And I start like,
Perfect.
kind of doing a drunk stumble. I pretend drunk stumble over there.
Traffic in the street is light at this hour, evening. Not so late that the city guard is interested, but late enough that the normal residents of Sulby are enjoying warm fires. Across the cobblestone street, a number of other shops now closed for business for the day, and an alley.
I go to a dark corner of the alley, facing the wall, and I put my hand like kind of under my kind of leather kilt, pretending to piss. And I nod Kreech, so he come next to me.
I pull that flask out. I walk over. Yep. Put it away. Start to piss next to him. We're
Walking
getting
into
watched in there.
So I always say,
Someone was watching us. Some little party.
"Oh yeah. Those like this
Eager.
big faggot that I talked to on the way out. They're all pissy because like they say we took their job or some shit like that. Like, you know,
Nah, different
come
guys.
here.
They didn't
Oh,
talk
yeah.
to us.
Well, anyway, those guys, they're the one running their mouth saying that we killed the fucking kid."
That's a problem. As I walk up behind, I snap my fingers, and a small creature comes out from behind a barrel in the alleyway. An imp. Wobbles out, not flying, but broken wings.
An alley cat screeches in alarm, jumps on some barrels, startled by the imp, and then tears off into the darkness away from the imp.
Kreech, you remember Vexrot? I gestured down to my imp.
Oh yeah, you little bat or whatever.
Yes, yes.
Pull my pants
I
up.
look at the thing, I say, oh, that's a fucking ugly dog if I ever saw one.
He is quite ugly. I can't bring him in taverns, you see, so I leave him out in the alleyways. He's quite friendly. He does my bidding, he won't bother you.
I don't know how we're gonna. No one believes the goblin. I'm just gonna tell you, Korvak. Let's get out of town. We had a good run.
Well, I do have this. I reach into my cloak and I pull out the contract. We could take this and use it as an excuse to possibly leave town, depending on the details. I hand it to Kreech.
Snatch it out of his hand. Read it.
Protection contract.
Advertised, needed at earliest convenience, some men at arms prepared to provide protection for a certain Namus. A Namus, a well-known name in the township of Sulby, a wealthy merchant, an elf, even.
Elves.
I'm looking over, I'm reading over
Hand it to
Kreech.
Korvak.
I'm reading over your shoulder and say like,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, I'm sure like this go see those guy. Hey, you know this crew that just killed the kid they were supposed to go rescue? What about if we protect you? And the big belly laugh.
These
Well,
guys, they don't have their ears close to the street as others.
Given that it is elves, it's quite possible they haven't heard the rumors. Rumors flying around that tavern, if I look at that. And I look down the alleyway. No elves are allowed.
I take the contract again and I read it a little closer. It says, oh, this Neves guy, right? Just like he's looking for an escort, I guess.
Sounds like it.
Travel.
Let's get to him quick before he hears something. I mean, it's multitasking, you know?
What I was thinking, what if we let some other folks taking him out of town, and while he's away, now we go pay a visit to his home, and then we skip town.
You want to rob? Interesting.
Some loud voices.
Well, the way I saw it, I just got cheated by an elf. So it's only fair.
Well, if he's leaving town, he's probably going to have all of his valuables with him. So we could just take
All
him
of
out of
it?
town, kill him, and then rob him.
There's
I can
sound of marching in formation, and a familiar sound, one that whispers at a loud pitch, saying, "He confessed it to me. He said they killed the Baron's son. That's what he said." Coming down with some torches in the illuminating their path, shining off the still damp cobblestones from the rainstorm earlier today, the city guard approaches, being led by a rotund dwarf.
Hearing that, I look at Kreech and I say, well, at least if the killer confess, they know it's not going to be us.
I guess that's possibly what's happening. Let me get a good ear on this.
From the vantage point of the dark alley.
You're not me. Why don't you go listen in and see what they're...
Well, very well, actually. Vexrot, hobble over there and listen. I send my imp in the shadows to listen in.
Odd, unnatural gait, surprisingly quick. The little piece of darkness with its broken wings moves across the wet cobblestones as the city guard arrive at the entrance to the Fat Sow, being led by none other than Thulgut, the drunken dwarf. Thulgut Coinbrew explaining to them that a certain goblin confessed to him having murdered the Baron's son. The door opens. The group is met by a tall man. The tall man, recognizable by the lightning key embroidered patch on his shoulder, ushers the guards in. The imp hears shouts from within the tavern. After just a few heartbeats later, the guard charge out of the fat sow, looking up and down the street. Torches in hand, they take off, assisted by two adventuring groups that move either to the east and west, up and down the street.
Watching all this commotion from my dark corner in the alley, I look at Kreech and say, maybe it's best if we skedaddle.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Vec-
we're getting the wrong idea.
Vexrock comes waddling back. I kneel down. I put my head to him as he speaks
He speaks in his demonic tongue, explaining what was said.
and I'm nodding. We must leave now.
Descriptions of all three, Vareth, Morwen, Kreech, and Korvak, being quickly disseminated. A contract, perhaps? Wanted for questioning regarding the death of the Baron's son.
It appears you are right, Kreech and Korvak. And also,
Already, making my way down the alleyway, away from this bar.
Turn and run towards Kreech. I catch up. You're right. They're on to you. They believe you may have murdered the Baron's son. And it seems that Thulgut is the one who initiated it.
That's fucking can't ever trust your kin.
See, I feel good about robbing him now, though.
You want to rob? You want to rob the dwarf now? Oh no, the coin push you took. Maybe that's why you fucking went to.
Yeah, I
said you
robbed him.
confessed. You thought of that? Maybe that is the thing that tricked him, that ticked him.
I don't know. He's probably in cahoots with what's his name, with the patch that you said, right?
It doesn't matter. Anyway.
Let's not start pointing fingers. That's all I'm trying to say.
It doesn't matter. Thinking about what, could have been, should have been. Let's deal with what is now.
Hurrying along behind, my staff in hand as I go through the cobblestones behind. So where do we head first?
The dark alley comes to an end, and a parallel street now opens up. Abandoned to the west. To the east, a large caravan moves. Its wagon wheels clicking on the cobblestone pavement.
Stand at the end of the alleyway and look up at Korvak and I say, you think we should try and secure this contract? Guess we could stow away on that. Shadow's kind of obscuring me before I get on the line.
Look at Kreech say, I don't know if it's too late for this contract. Now the word's getting around. Well, wanted for questioning.
Might be best to leave town. Up on the nearest caravan right here. Make our way out quickly. Hopefully word hasn't reached anyone in it.
The caravan stops. The light of a torch illuminates the front, where two large draft horses pull, now snort as they their shod hooves clip clop on the cobblestone.
look at Vareth, and I look over at Korvak and say, not a lot of good talkers in this group.
Well,
Say, maybe it's best if we sneak onto the caravan.
That's fair. That's fair.
Unless Vareth, you got some money or something.
I do have money. We could pay our way out of town. I walk towards the caravan.
It starts moving again.
let's not rush getting out of town. I got a date tonight. I need to go back to the Fatso.
I don't think it's the best time for that, Korvak.
The caravan now starts picking up speed. The wagon wheels turning. As it passes by some torches, a group of 3 men stand. One of them quite tall, a human. Torch in hand, he looks down the street. Ah, Korvak. Yes, I thought we'd meet again soon. The human with the lightning key on his patch on his shoulder takes a few strides forward, flanked by 2 other men-at-arms, blocking the street to the west, where the street where the wagon continues to move on and then turns a corner out of view
I
behind a
rest
building.
the tip of my sword on the ground, and with my hand, like subtly, I undo like the little cordlet that hold the fur on the blade, but keeping it wrapped with my hand now. So yeah, I expected to see you soon again, but I was hoping it would be that soon.
I have my sword, my staff at the ready. Korvak, you know these people?
Well, I wouldn't say I know them. I know of them.
Staying quiet as I start walking across the street to the other side.
One of the
Keeping an eye on
3 starts moving across the street, his eyes trained on Kreech. A crossbow appears in his hand. He points it in Kreech's direction. The man speaks out loudly. All 3 of you are wanted for questioning. Evidently,
Well-
your misadventures killing the Baron's son is a very of great interest to our Baron and his grieving wife.
If you already assume we killed the Baron's son, that's no longer questioning.
True. You're all under arrest. He takes a few steps forward. A blade leaves its scabbard as he walks purposely towards Korvak. At his left, a mace-carrying warrior swings his mace, limbers up, swinging it. The 2 walking towards Korvak and Vareth, while the crossbowman heads tangentially across the cobblestone road, trying to keep a bead on Kreech.
The
Yep.
2 coming towards Korvak, and I get ready to run, Korvak. I raise my staff. Borthul Ignara! And I cast into the street underneath them.
Resistance 4 for both.
And I'm going to spellburn. These
Success.
the ground desecrates as skeletal arms come out, attempting to grab the 2 and restrain them.
Kreech.
I extend my hand on my staff, and I begin to do a hand motion like this, thing, and a small sprout springs up in the crossbow, and vines kind of cover it.
I
Resistance 5. Kreech.
Okay.
The Karma? The crossbowman notices a change in his crossbow and quickly picks up his pace. He drops to one knee and levels it towards Kreech. Korvak.
I pull on the fur that's wrapping my blade going flying, and I grab it my other hand, blade longer than me, and I point toward the guy that's been restrained by the skeleton arm and say like, and then move the point toward the crossbowman and say, "Let's keep it there."
Tense. The situation, a bit of a standoff. The crossbowman still waits for the order to fire from his commander, while the commander, restrained by undead hands that grasp at his lower limbs, his legs entangled by these spectral arms, and the mace-wielding warrior to his left say, "You're making a mistake. You shouldn't mess with us." And then he makes a gesture, the crossbowman, and the crossbowman lowers his crossbow but brings a whistle to his mouth. He blows 2 sharp notes into the whistle. "Let you deal with the city guard then."
It's time to row. It's time to go. I back up, keeping an eye on them, staff in hand, eyeing Kreech and Korvak. Let's go. We flee now.
Run up to the a little building. A wall kind of crops out a little bit. I run up to it and into that nook and cranny, and clench my fist as a shimmer appears over my body.
I grab my sword by the blade, and I make a step toward the crossbowman with the whistle now, and I slap him with the pommel in the face.
Success.
Yeah.
The pommel comes down, cracks the crossbowman on the side of the head. He grunts, dropping his weapon. As it hits the ground, the trigger is caught. With a twang, the crossbow bolt goes ricocheting off the cobblestones. Shouts of a battle cry issued by the large man as he steps in to interpose himself, tearing himself away, leaving gashes on his legs from the grasping arms. He takes his hand and a half sword and swings it at Korvak. Hit.
Sword like get to me on my chest, with the tip like crossing around across my pec.
The mace-wielding man takes a step towards Verith, swinging his mace down. A hit.
I put my staff up to block the mace as we lock. Ah!
The mace glances harmlessly off, sparking against the cobblestones.
I shove back as I strafe back as I pushed him back.
Answering whistles in the night sky. Verith.
I turn my staff forward, releasing bone fragments as they towards the mace wielding man.
Success.
They pierce into him.
He stumbles back, badly bleeding from shards of bone that protrude from his leather jerkin. Kreech.
Step away from the little nook I found, and listen for the direction of the guards, and begin to wave my staff towards it, erecting a large growth of a wall of brambles blocks off that portion of the street.
Small
Just like
weeds
sitting there, like growing it out,
anchoring themselves to the few weeds and other small thistles that sprout up from the cobblestones. A wall of brambles blocks the one area as echoing sounds of whistles being blown in the night of the within the town of Solby are heard. Korvak.
I look at the blood on my chest and I say, "Oh, now you're being stupid. We're just playing, but now you're making it serious." And I grab the handle of my sword and I start making those big sweep, hitting everybody around. The crossbow man, I miss. I miss on the canoes. My arrow dies.
The accomplished swordsman in front of you deflects and sends the heavy blade into the cobblestones. It's jarring, Korvak. Miraculous save to hold on to the blade or lose grip of your weapon.
I'll make it a. There you go.
Hands stinging from the end of the sword hitting that cobblestone, yet still it remains in hand. The crossbowman looks panicked. Leaving his crossbow there on the ground where it fell, he turns and runs away from the brambled wall. Shouts of the swordman chasing his heels. Coward! You'll never work in this town again. Next to him, the mace-wielding man. I'm not feeling so good, boss. He says, "Stand your ground." Verith.
Verith again points his staff forward, sending out needles of bone in the direction of the mace-wielding man. I'm going to make it a 6.
His success. The bones, with a cry of agony, bones pierce his face. He drops his mace to a clang on the cobblestone, grabbing at his bloody, ruined visage. He falls to his knees. Kreech.
Start to run down the street, or I'm continuing to keep to grow the bramble wall larger and larger as I start to back away towards the street where the caravan turned.
The sword.
Korvak, you're gonna kill these animals.
The accomplished captain of the lightning key, the order of the lightning key, takes one step towards Korvak, but then sees the ruined face of his fellow man. He levels his blade at Korvak and then says to Verith, "You'll pay for this." He reaches down and tries picking up the incapacitated soldier. Korvak.
I'll try to strike each one again, keeping the momentum of my sword going.
No honor.
I miss for the captain. I'm going way over him. I guess like the wound that I get on my chest from him is much more serious. My arm like is not moving too well, but I do get the mace man that is on the floor.
He goes completely limp, falling lifeless from the grip of the captain of the Lightning Keys. Ah, you have no honor, filthy dwarf, he says. Verith.
Earth turns, looking at the fallen, mace-wielding man, begins an incantation, attempting to raise him as an undead servant. Fight for my will. Does
Critical fail. The attempt to raise as undead as the necromantic energy swirls around, recognized by the captain. He shouts in alarm and quickly moves. He yells out, "No, you filthy necromancer!" And he swings mightily at Verith, enraged. 4 hits.
ah!
A strike. Kreech.
Satisfied with this large bramble wall that I've had now connecting buildings across the road from each other, I nod to myself and look at what's going on. I go, "Hey, stop that, you!" I shoot him with my a blast of electricity. I'll hear that. And my the wand goes.
The wand fizzles.
I just throw it at him.
A sudden flare of light, blinding to Kreech's goblin eyes for a moment, dazzling him. Korvak.
Just throw the staff in his general direction.
I try like to raise back my sword like on the backswing from where it was where it landed near the. I'll make that a 6.
A
Confirm.
crit. 2
And
strike.
I get the guard captain a solid blow in the ribs.
All air leaves his lungs. He gasps, spitting out blood as he stumbles back, evidently more injured than previously thought. He weakly raises his sword and then turns to flee. Verith.
Verith holding his side. No. Raise my staff again. Aiming in the direction of the fleeing men, I attempt to desecrate the ground and bring up the undead to grab them. I'm going to use the hero dice.
Success.
The hands come up again, grabbing them at their ankles.
Holding in the fleeing man, his sudden arrest of forward momentum causes him to lose his balance. He stumbles forward, landing on his face, further entangled by the hands. His blade skitters over the stones. More whistles now, closer. Shadows and light filtering through a brambled wall as a group has arrived, but is their passage blocked by the vegetation that has suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Kreech.
Cover my eyes as I'm stumbling through there, like squinting, and I start to make my move towards the other side of the street where the caravans were. Like, let's get out of here, leaving my staff behind on the ground.
I start running, and as I pass by Kreech, I grab him by one of his hands as I see him stumbling. I say, "Yeah, let's go. Let's go hide somewhere." I start like running my all my hand, like holding the wound that I just got.
The injured man, restrained on the ground by the desecrated hands that grasp up from the underworld, struggles to trying to free himself from, and is unable to do so. All he can do is, in his impotent rage, call out, "Oh, we will remember this. We'll find you." Verith.
Walking forward towards the man, watching Korvak and Kreech begin to flee. "No, you won't." I raise my hand and instruct the skeletal arms to break him.
Success.
The
With
arms.
this sickening crack. The arms pull down, bones shatter. He lets out a death rattle. And then, most disturbing at all, the hands disappear, just leaving a broken, bleeding mess on the cobblestone. Kreech.
It's like running down the street, trying to like get my vision back.
Roll D6.
Damn stuff, always unlucky stuff.
Roll anything but a 1.
No.
Eyes still dazzled, bumping into things. A sudden crash as a abandoned stall closed for the evening blocks Kreech's way. He bounces off this stand, a fruit stand, empty.
See, feeling like Kreech that I'm holding by the end, bump on stuff. I turn around and I pick him up, put it on my shoulder, and keep running.
Shouts from behind. Distance. The sound of running feet.
Hanging there, buddy.
Verith.
I whistle, calling for Exrot. My yam comes flying behind me onto my shoulder, or running behind it, hops up on my shoulder as I begin running in the direction of Kreech and Korvak, away from the angry mob.
Hacking
Wait up!
as the bramble wall is attacked. Kreech.
I'm just like bouncing.
The blood rushing to Kreech's head. Finally, the stars starting to fade from Kreech's eyes.
I think they're on to us.
So let's go. And I'm running and I'm heading toward the.
Maybe we go back into town. I'll never expect that.
Yeah, I was about to go hide in the duck district, but I think you should go back to the. I need a good rest and a good meal. I'm still not quite ill from those wounds.
I think I can see now. You can put me down.
I am keeping on
Catching
my
up.
shoulder, keeping running.
Verith.
Running as fast as I can behind, holding my side, injured. Raise my hand and cast a mystic barrier. Shield covers me. Running.
Shouts from the road you just left as the bramble wall collapses. Torch-bearing guards and adventurers give chase.
I turn the anchor off, making the plants wither. Getting very flammable.
One of the... roll anything but a 1.
I'll try. I'll put a karma on it, make it 6.
A sudden shout of alarm, and then a flash of light as the withered brambles, tinder dry, catch on one of the torches. The shout now changes to fire, fire.
I'm just like still being like held.
Yeah, good thinking. Good thinking, Kreech. And I'm still running like toward the Dog District.
I hope
look
the
at
city
Barrett.
burns to the ground.
You don't have like a hiding place around here, right?
Doc seems good to me. I don't have any friends here.
Sprinting, I finally begin to catch up to Korvak and Kreech. Was that you with the fire, Kreech? Pulling my side.
You still alive?
I am. Took a few hits, but
Technically.
think we'll get out of here.
The night sky is ringing with the sound of a bell that peals, an alarm bell in the city. Ding, 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 calling all able-bodied to deal with a fire that has suddenly appeared.
Sounds like the fire bells.
I go near like a little rail guard, and I jump over it to a lower part of the city down below.
Leaping behind,
I them busy.
Kreech.
I get on my feet and finally I'm like, all right. I jump the rail, climbing down with my agility.
The gentle sounds of the river that passes by. The air more moist here than other areas, more humid. The lapping of water up against dock and hull close by.
I'd leap over the rail to meet Kreech and Korvak at the bottom.
Korvak.
I head toward like a bark that is on the side. I say, we can hide under there.
I sniff the air and I kneel down next to some fungus growing by the river, and I say, oh, start like collecting some of the slime and fungus there.
Verith.
Walking over, plop down on the ground for a moment to rest. I really could use some bandages, but...
Verith, roll d6. Roll anything but a 1. A light from a barge shows a man emerging, wearing a familiar cloak, still wearing the cloak that he wore while posting a contract at the Fat Sow. He holds a lantern up, shedding light down the dock. Someone there? Is someone there?
Peering at the man. I recognize him.
His hood now off, whereas before it was drawn. The light from his lantern reveals the pointy ears of an elf.
Looking down at Korvak and Kreech, that's the man who posted the job in the tavern. I recognize his clothes. This might be our ticket out of here.
Look at Kreech. So I guess might as well take that job. Fucking elf.
Crouched down very low, lower than a nearby large rock, looking through my hood, like slowly grabbing other little organisms that I'm finding. There's a frog I take.
Kreech, hand me that contract I gave you.
I reach Korvak. I hand it to Barrett. Yeah.
Step forward out of the darkness, holding the contract out. Yes, we're here for the job.
But
I hold it out.
How did you find me? How did you follow me here?
No, it was by chance, actually. We've been looking all throughout the city. I saw you in the tavern posted, and it just so happens that here we are.
Roll d6. That's too convenient. I think I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your inconvenience. He turns back towards the boat.
I I step forward and raise my arm and say, "So what? Are you looking for inconvenience when trying to hire people? That doesn't make fucking sense. You fucking genius."
Well, I'm looking for protection, Master Dwarf, and it looks to me like you need protection. His eyes dart to the bloody wounds on Vareth and Korvak. I bid you good night, sir. He enters his boat. Door bars, or the hatch closes.
I'm crouched over. I put my hand on Korvak's shoulder and I whisper to him. I say, "Remember, he's rich."
Kreech, a tingle in the nose. Not related to the alchemical reagents now gathered from the frog. A different tingle.
I say, he's got something on him. I don't know. Probably a way out of this city. I say we beat it out of him.
Vareth,
whispering in his ear.
You want to rob the man now, Kreech? I don't know. He seems to be alone. But maybe we can just get passage out and help him along the way.
See.
Maybe he'll see a reason.
You know, Kreech, not something you're gonna hear me say often, but I feel like I have enough fighting for now.
I look at him like, you just need a little bit more booze in you. Here, I poured out a little extra. I was gonna use it in a potion later. I offer him a corked bottle of watered down ale from the bar.
I grab it and I start drinking immediately.
Vareth,
You like a killer yet?
The sound of up on the upper level continues. The pealing of the bell keeps ringing, indicating the fire is still a threat. Running feet now, as the inhabitants who had retired for the evening to their warm fires and warmed drinks now leave, carrying buckets towards the fire that's been reported. The city is waking.
I say we knock on this man's door again and convince him otherwise. Or, worst case scenario, since it's getting bad behind us, we just take the barge.
I showed the tanker down. I think I'd run a bit and I'd jump over to the barge.
Roll.
I'll make that a 5. Let's see.
With surprising alacrity, the dwarf successfully wins the ship. It rocks a little bit. Not a large vessel, small.
I lean down and I look at the bottle that I gave Korvak, and I was like, "You broke the bottle." You don't have to do that all the time. I'll go there. I say, "I don't care what the man says. I'm going to be on this barge." I just walk over to the barge. I say, "Why don't you, dead man? Why don't you go convince the man that it's in his best interest?"
Yes, Kreech, I will do that. I run and I jump onto the barge following Korvak.
Roll. Success. The barge moves again. Through the small circular windows, Kreech, a lit cabin. The barge owner, this elf, is fumbling with a padlock on another reinforced door within the cabin. that's set at an angle that goes down into the bilge of the small vessel.
I extend a hand and anchor the barge to the shore and make a thick vine to walk across. Keep my feet dry.
Could have done that for me, Kreech.
I go to the cabin's door, and I try to open the door.
Locked. But the cabin's door has a round portal, which reveals the inside and the back of the owner of the barge, who fiddles with something. His movements furtive, panicked, rushed, clumsy.
I yell, "Open the door, or you're gonna lose it."
Leave me alone! Robbers, thieves in the night.
Say, relax, we're your escort, your protection.
You look like murderers, come, bloody blades and all.
I walk up to the door. Let me see what I can do here. Raising my hand, I begin attempting to fabricate a bone key, a bone pick, to pick the lock.
Challenging. Roll magic. Failure.
Damn.
Intricate
Bone
work.
snaps. Not going to work.
Well, it's a very nice trick, Vareth. I say as I walk across the vine onto the boat.
And I
The
need
three
some
now.
practice.
The three now in front of this door. Locked door to the cabin of the boat. Kreech.
I say, I walk up to the back, towards the back of the boat and start looking down in the water. And I say, is he not letting us in there?
I wiggle vigorously on the handle of the door. I say, "Listen, elves, you got killer on your boat, but they can either work for you, or you're gonna have to deal with them."
You thieves will get what's coming to you. And with a final effort, a heavy padlock is opened. The elf, with a spins around, whipping open this door that he had padlocked close. He hides behind the door as it opens, stepping out of the door into the candle-lit cabin. A mummified body appears. His eyes, the eyes of the mummified body, glow with a purple light. It slowly steps up, looking, and then eyes glowing purple through the portal of the cabin. It walks to the door.
Bareth, I see this. Intriguing. A necromancer, maybe. As I back away from the door with my staff at the ready, maybe I can tame it. And I smirk.
Kreech.
I release the vine on the boat to get it to start drifting again down the stream.
It drifts slightly, and then the mooring ropes catch it, moored to the dock.
I walk over to the ropes, start trying to untie him.
Korvak.
I take a step back from the door. I say, "Vareth, if you can do something about that, that'd be nice now."
I have an idea.
The creature.
He's very mysterious, isn't he, Korvak?
This wraith with glowing purple eyes reaches the door. With a crash, the door is flung aside. Standing in front of Korvak, this 6.5 foot tall, mummified corpse with crackling blue energy in its eye sockets, takes a threatening step forward. Slow.
I raise my staff and I point it at the mummy. You will do as I say, as I blast purple mystical energy towards the creature, attempting to bring it under my control.
A contest of wills. Take Verith, take one strike. As the feedback from this spell attempt blasts back with this purple lightning discharge. Miraculous save, excuse me. Miraculous save or take a strike. Take a strike.
As I stumble back and the mystic barrier goes away over me.
Kreech.
It's strong.
The mooring cable, the mooring rope's now free. The barge immediately starts moving with the current away from the dock.
I jump up on, clamber up to the top of the barge. I say, you think you can climb up here?
I don't know. And I step back and I hold my sword, like I hold it between me and the creature, pointing. And I yell at the guy inside. Take your monster back.
Only if you leave, he says.
We're not
already leaving.
Then you will die.
I say, guys, get up here. It's like he doesn't have... He's not doing any jumping anytime soon. Look at this thing.
I run towards Kreech, attempting to jump up towards him and pull myself up.
With a failure.
As I slip and I fall back down, slamming into the deck.
Not far from the
My side.
The creature. Its purple eyes turn, taking in Verith. Then it moves slowly, yet menacingly towards towards Korvak. One clawed hand sweeping out, slow, misses.
Look at that thing. You just need a brisk walk.
I just like do a quick jab with the sword.
And it's like
So I strike. I poke it in the chest.
The blade goes in, successfully striking into this wraith. But the purple energy that fuels it travels down the length of the blade. Make a miraculous save, Korvak. One strike.
I'll use my arrow dice. I let go of my sword, and I fall on my back, unconscious.
Korvak.
Seeing Korvak fall, I stand up, pointing my staff at the creature, attempting to control it again. Fizzles. It's too strong.
The magical energy again flows back, unable to beat its incredible magical resistance. Roll miraculous save. Take another strike.
It blasts me as I fly back into the rail of the barge, knocked out unconscious on the floor.
Roll d6. Hits the force that Verith hits the railing is enough to carry his body over. With a splash, he hits the river. Kreech.
Kind of like looking over the side. And go,
Purple eyes turn, slowly looking up.
You got me. Trying to call out to the elf.
The elf says something in an arcane language. This undead turns, its purple eyes now no longer illuminating the outside deck of the barge. Slow footsteps back into the cabin. And then the slam of a door and the clink of a padlock locking again.
I with my dark vision look into the water, see if I could spot the dead man.
Verith floats. A small creature pulls at Verith, dragging him towards the shore. There, lying unconscious, Korvak lays on the ground.
I use my hands, show like a little sprouting. Use a vine to wrap around his leg and lift him up. Kind of drop him unceremoniously onto the top of the roof. I say, Korvak, Korvak. And I start squishing the frog, just like juicing it into a flask. Some of those
roll alchemy.
A little alchemy. All right, we'll make that a 5.
Success.
And
strange juice, milky juice comes from the dying amphibian, squeezed into this small flask.
I sniff it and go, pour a little bit of my urine in it. Swirl it around. And then I go, all right, open wide. And I put my finger in his mouth that had the frog guts on it. Open it up. Pour it in his mouth.
Korvak sputters. Korvak, roll. This is a miraculous save. He chokes and chokes and chokes. Starts frothing at the mouth.
Pat him on the shoulder and be like, "You'll be all right." I lean back on I pull the cloak over both of our bodies. Pull the cloak over both of our bodies and just kind of like lay there for the remainder. Sleep there for the night as the barge drifts.
Verith, soaking wet, pulled by the small imp underneath one of the docks, up onto the muddy shore, away from view, cold. The small imp pulls up Verith's body. Make a miraculous save. The last sensation Verith feels is the imp tearing away his clothes to get at the nourishment that Verith's body provides. He latches on as the cold spreads and spreads, and Verith loses consciousness, the little that he had. A sound from in the cabin. So, lantern comes out. The elf looking around outside. Oh, I think they're gone. Just like the last ones. My creation, it's getting more powerful. Goes back into the cabin. The cabin door closes.
Just using my cloak to cover our bodies as the barge drifts through the night. We make our way out of town.
By the time the barge moors, Korvak's body is cold and lifeless. All that remains is some dried spittle, the poison that reacted in his bloodstream rather than reviving him. I think we call it there. What do you say? Call it there? Probably.
I'm good.
Let's get these guys back in here.
See
Wait,
you later,
poison?
Korvak.
You
I don't know.
If it
Damn,
wasn't poison, you
miraculous.
should have told me because like I have boon on resisting poison.
Well, it wasn't poison. It was like a medicine, but
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know how to. Don't know how to
there it is. There we go.
There we are. We stepped back in.
I don't know. Should my alchemy have given him a better shot? I don't know.
Maybe it should have been.
Add a 5 on it.
You know what? That's
Because
true.
we know also like the healing potion aura thing in that.
They are. They
in
are.
that
If it
world.
was a healing potion, I was thinking like a shitty healing potion to give him 1 strike instead of 2.
Yeah, that would probably be okay. You know what? I would be prepared to wreck.
Or at least
I
like
wasn't sure. I couldn't remember
stabilize,
that
like a
either. I was like,
stabilize
wait,
effect.
how does? And
so
I
he
was
could
like,
sleep.
Verith, what happens to your familiar if you go on? Like, he's not gone.
I think
Because you're
he's
his
free.
universe. He's free.
He's free now. He's free now.
So he just you.
Free.
he's
Leave.
he's gonna feed and go. Yeah.
He's just gonna feed and go. That's
Worst
it.
necromancer ever.
But you know what? I think I made a mistake on that, Max. I do think that alchemy check was high enough that it should have been able to just
well,
instead of
thinking-
you having a miraculous save. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
I think giving him a miraculous to regain consciousness is good, but I was gonna have him like be passed
Yeah, I
out.
could have
until he
gained,
has
like,
full
do that.
rest
So-
and then
so
gets
we'll
all
just-
the strikes.
we'll just do the old retcon on that because I did that wrong.
Are we going the retcon? I don't think we should do the retcon. I'm very
You want-
disappointed in this guy dying because I love Korvak. But
Well, maybe you
doing the
just
retcon
are-
kind of feel dirty.
Yeah.
We can always do prequels with Korvak. That's always possible.
Oh
Maybe,
man, that's fun though.
Maybe I preserved you and I can turn you into a zombie later. Maybe that's
there you
what
go.
I should do.
There you go.
Yeah.
I missed the opportunity, but I was gonna have the barmaid connected to your perfume collection because you remember you
Oh,
said you were
yeah.
you were always collecting perfumes.
No, I don't collect perfume. I had perfume.
You had
She's-
perfume. That's right.
I
You had
I'm
perfume
not
as one
collecting
of your
perfume. I had
things.
perfume, but like I use it to burn something.
Yeah.
But also like I was planning on drinking it.
You
Like, I
drink the
I
perfume.
had perfume just because it was a way to get trash.
The barmaid's gonna be waiting a while.
She is. She's gonna be heartbroken. I mean, honestly,
Well,
yeah, she's gonna be heartbroken.
guy
It's sad.
die, barmaid most affected.
That's right. That was funny.
I did make some mistake too. Like when we're doing this fight, right? I really
I know I
like,
made a lot.
I didn't roll with Boone on trying to strike those guy. Which
Yeah,
I
you should have been
have.
rolling two. I was like, is he
Like,
rolling
I-
two?
I know. I forgot. I don't know why. Totally like it's been too long. I guess. Totally forgot.
My first time running the system, I messed up a lot with applying karma. I know, so
Yeah.
that's for sure.
And at some
Yeah.
point, like I like we're rolling pretty bad too, right? Rolling all those one. And at some
terrible.
point, like I had to rebuy because I got like this thing. I got this thing where I would gain like 2 karma for every
Two
fail.
karma
So,
per fail. Yeah.
so at some point, I rebought like hero dice.
Mhm.
But even that didn't fucking was enough to save me. Like at the end, I had like no karma, no hero dice, no nothing. So, and
Yeah.
also I started with only like 2 strike.
Mhm.
So that's why I died so fast. Like this guy
'Cause-
fucking hit me, and then like, well, just like
Right.
man, like I didn't
Right.
start fresh.
Yeah, that makes a difference for sure. I was surprised. Phil had to step away for a second, but my prep for this session was just I came up with I randomly determined, and I randomly determined using some kind of the random table type stuff.
That's fun to do. Yeah.
So I randomly determined some things that could happen, rumors and odd jobs in encounters. I randomly determined that. And then when you saw me roll a couple times just on my
Yeah.
screen, what I was doing is rolling to see what happened. And one of the things I rolled a couple things. I rolled the drunk patron that came to pester you. So that was
Yeah.
Thulgut, coin brew.
Yeah.
And then I also rolled that the barmaid gives you a note saying "Meet me in the wine cellar." So, and I did that kind of right at the beginning that I had rolled this, and so then she had slipped the note underneath the second tankard of ale, which.
But she told me too.
But then when you didn't respond to that in her desperation, she's just like, "Meet me in the wine cellar." But I thought that was cool because then you just played it like, "Oh yeah, well, she's kind of my side piece," and that's cool. Yeah, and then the whole thing of the guy that was trying to buy someone or buy a protection thing, I rolled on that too, as well as the whole thing about elves, we don't serve your kind. That was just a random thing that I had rolled. Yeah,
The world was very vivid.
so
Very vivid. So
I was going to say, Phil,
awesome.
I was not expecting you to tell this pestering drunk dwarf that you killed the dwarf or the baron's son. Like, I know, even though you didn't, when you said at the table, you're like, "Yeah, we killed him."
Did I say that?
Yeah, I thought you did at the table. That's what I heard.
I was telling him that we did it. Did I tell him that?
I thought
I
you
don't
said
think I didn't hear you tell him that.
That's what I heard, and so that
Maybe that's what it. Maybe that's what this drunk dwarf heard.
That's probably what he heard, because then he went when he fled.
I was threatening him to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That you said don't go around telling we killed this kid.
Yeah.
That's not an admission of guilt.
He took it as an admission of guilt.
Yeah, I guess I got it now.
And so that's why he ran off to go and get the city guard. And
I'm not that killer, but I am a killer.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm certainly not above killing the Baron's son.
The lightning, the light order of the lightning key, that other adventuring, the more high priced kind of guys, they were kind of spreading that rumor too, that trying to discredit you,
bastards.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Because I say it is always the goblin's fault.
It's always the goblin's fault. That's right.
So I was saying, it was about to be, the town was about to play Let's Kill the Goblin.
Let's kill the goblin. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was like, we got to get the hell out.
Good use of the brambles. I liked it. Kingmaker. I enjoyed your descriptions of the spectral hands, these corpse hands that arise up from the cobblestones.
That was fun to do.
Cool. I liked the little imp too. I thought the imp was.
Yeah, I could have did more with him.
I think you could have done more with the imp, but it was fun.
Also, like I didn't want to bring him in the tavern. As soon as I realized we're going to start in a tavern instead of above the well, I was like, okay,
yeah,
I gotta conceal a lot. And then I think looking
staff.
Yeah, well, the other thing I thought about was like going into a new system like this and doing spellcasting may have been a mistake for me, because I was juggling between things you can and can't do add karma to, for instance, and I think that got me a little bit, like I was getting tripped up between like, okay, you can't apply karma to magic, but I can't everything else, and I have it in front of me at the handy bits. I'm just like, I would do it, and then I'd in the middle of role play get a little tripped up at times. You want
to put like karma in spellcasting, right?
You want to put Nabeg. Yeah. Like Nabeg say, enjoy these short plays. Do you have any long form games going, or any of you running a campaign like we did run campaign with the Horizon with EZD6?
Yeah, we want to go back to that too at some point. Yeah.
I wanted this to go longer, but
this was supposed to be a longer thing.
It was.
Dang it!
Phil, you were saying karma can be used on magic?
I'm saying it can't.
It can't. Correct. Yeah, that's where I was balancing between remembering the two. It's like, okay, what
are we saying?
What am I doing?
And I'm saying it cannot be used.
Yeah. Correct. It cannot. Yep.
Yeah.
Just juggling, remembering. Okay, I can't use it on that roll, but I can use it on this.
Yeah, you hit spell burn on 2 of your spells.
Yeah, that's why I was hurting so bad, and then I had to keep shielding I shielded myself. I should have shielded myself again on that boat. A second time, but I fell.
Mistake I did the first time I played the spellcaster. I forgot about the shield. I was like, oh shit, I gotta do that immediately. And if that crossbow guy would have shot me, I would have done it again for this session. But I was like, step one, shield.
Crispy, did I screw myself when I jumped up and pre-rolled? And were you not going to have me roll?
I wasn't gonna have you roll.
I did.
And I
roll.
totally screwed. That's why I died. I screwed myself.
That's
so
What-
funny.
I was
Guys,
like,
how did it feel coming
walk
back to
away.
this? Like
I like the system a lot.
Phil and Max, we're back to this again. What was the tone like? Do you think was it reminiscent of the first session? That's what I was trying to go for.
I definitely
Yeah.
think the tone was different.
You
Tone
think
was a little different.
Yeah, you didn't think so? I felt like as when I got to the alleyway is kind of when I really started being Kreech in my head.
Oh, really? I feel like it. Really, I thought you were doing pretty good in the tavern.
I did too.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I thought
great.
I really like it did feel like
Maybe
the
it was
same
just like a
character.
gap. There's
Yeah.
like a gap, and I was like, okay, I'm back.
You guys did awesome in the tavern. I know for me, meeting you guys for the first time in the tavern, I was probably an awkward character. I felt awkward at times. And then as we started to leave, I started to get into the character better.
Yeah,
I
you were-
liked,
yeah, you were
I
good.
liked how it was like there was almost a foil between your character and our characters.
Yeah.
It's like you were very formal, and then I was like me. And
Yeah.
Your characters had a good chemistry. You guys clearly were
Totally.
close and knew each other a long time. And
I
Yeah.
thought you had a great chemistry. I agree. I thought it was
And
really good.
it did feel like I was getting back into Korvak. Like
Mhm.
it felt like it was like the same. Like I don't know for you guys, but it felt like it was the same character that I played the last time, right? It didn't feel
I
like
got that impression. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
definitely felt like the same character too, but I don't know that it was the same tone. I don't know.
Well, at some point we got like because we didn't get this tension in the last game. In the last game, we were much more like in the winning side of thing. Now, like we're on the running away and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as lighthearted because like we were like in trouble
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Trouble came to us. So
But I like when the tone shifts in a
Yep.
persistent game.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's
it was
important.
still fun. It was like I always, when I like would GM games in cities, like
Yeah.
it's kind of daunting. It's intimidating to me because so much going on, and you got to bring that to life.
Yeah.
And from my perspective, just now, like everything was in my mind. It was like I was coming out. I felt like I was on the streets. I felt like I was running through the cobblestones, the torchlight.
Yeah.
It was all there in my head. So,
Right on.
bravo. That was awesome.
The fight with the other mercenary team was like so painful because of all the ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was rough.
It's
That
like,
was
Did
rough.
I-
But then you
I-
guys are the cheap option, so maybe that fits.
I
The
just
first
wanna
thing I-
do something.
The first thing I thought after I casted my my desecrated ground I did,
Mhm.
I was like, I just slowed down this fight and made the guards get called, didn't I? I got in, he whistles, and I'm like, shit, we should have just killed that guy right away.
I was torn there because I'm trying to imagine the guards or this adventuring troop, and I'm like, they don't have overwhelming odds. The one guy is not likely to trade his life for you guys. Like he's probably not going to stick around. But at what point does he break and run? And then anyway,
I mean,
I was
so
They
trying
should
to make
almost
that believable. Like, okay, well, they're trying to apprehend you, but they don't really want to trade. They don't really want to trade their life for yours, like that. Anyway,
well,
That's
I tried to like I also didn't want to just be like the cold-blooded killer of another.
no,
Korvak is a bit of a killer too, right? He's like he's not the most like, but give them a chance to say that let's fucking not be silly, right? And I tried like I'm just gonna fucking knock this guy a bit.
sure.
Not
At
hit him
one-
with the-
When I was trying to, it's okay because again, I'm taking the perspective that the drunkard in the fat sow, which is one of the inn names that I randomly generated, the drunkard is saying, yeah, those rumors are true. So it was like, okay, yeah, these are the ones that were potentially wanted for questioning by the Baron over the death of this, like finding this corpse. So I was thinking in the back of my head as that was going on, I was thinking back to the game we played, Max, where you were getting arrested at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And I wonder
kind of
if
man.
Yeah.
Korvak and Kreech, and well, first of all, Vareth could just simply walk away. Like, okay, well, I'm not involved at all. I was.
I could have, yeah.
And then,
But then my name was brought up, right?
But then, because you left with them,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, yeah, they're associated. They're together. I was wondering if Max and Phil were going to just go with the, well, fine, we got nothing to hide. We didn't kill him. Like,
Nah, that's not Korvak.
Not Kreech. Kreech
What's the
goes.
Kreech is like, they always blame the goblin. We gotta
They're
get
gonna
this down.
It's
It's
so
funny,
easy to kill a
That's
goblin.
like
It's
those-
like the easiest thing
those-
to do.
Like those two guys, like they have bad reputation already, right? They,
Yeah.
so
Oh, I loved this part. Kreech bouncing on Korvak's shoulder.
yeah, that was funny.
I think at
so
one
good.
point halfway, I was
That was-
like, "You let me down," but I was like, "Nah, I'm still on your shoulder."
no, I think it's the opposite. At some point,
Yeah, you
when
you clinged on.
when I jumped down, you were still on my shoulder, but then like you made yourself climb down.
The rolls in that
Yeah,
game were
okay.
crazy. Like on a couple
I
times,
know.
I was like, okay, roll anything but a 1. And it's
Yeah.
like,
One,
One.
2, 1. Yeah, it was a lot of ones. I had a lot. I mean,
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead, Mika.
no, I was just gonna say the magic. One of the when we picked up with the fighting, when I was planning the character, like I think this is probably one of my favorite games when it comes to spellcasting. Even though I was struggling a little bit with it, I literally wrote down all kinds of spells from like all different media sources that I think are cool. So I was excited to get, how am I going to use this? Instead of it's like, well, what do I have in my spell list? It's like, whatever in the moment you feel like you're going to do, you're going to do. So like I wrote, one of the things that I wrote down that I didn't get to do, and I thought about doing it when the guard was holding the other guy, trying to drag him away. I put the corpse explosion on my paper.
oh, man.
And I should have corpse exploded the guy, even though I failed the roll. But that would have been funny if the guy
just absolutely pink missed him. Just
yeah, that would have been good.
speaking
I
of
don't
the
think you have
spellcasting,
to- I don't think
sorry,
you
go
have to
ahead.
roll. I don't think you have to roll spell power dice unless it has a resistance.
If it has a resistance, and most enemies will at least have 1d6.
Yeah, but like making the key, maybe I guess.
Yeah, so like
against
I wasn't
four.
sure about that too, because I'm like, well, it is kind of it's a creating a tool in the moment to open the
Yes.
lock. So I'm like,
Kind of competing against a lock.
it's competing against the lock. I'll
And
just
it's also
roll
a-
1d6
yeah.
and see what happens.
And can I actually create the key?
Like, that's the thing. Like I make a whole giant bramble wall. I just have to take.
I
time
didn't.
to
Yeah,
do
and
it.
I didn't.
don't
I
have
didn't
to-
call for a roll there, and maybe I should have, but
I don't think you're supposed to.
I don't think
No,
you are
and
either.
and
like when I
think
cast Mystic
I like
Barrier,
that.
do I have?
Mm-mm.
No,
I don't think
Because
you
it
have
make-
to
it make it-
roll dice unless there
didn't.
is a resistance.
yeah,
That's
it
what I
make the
figured.
magic I feel quite powerful, and it let you do like a lot of stuff, right? Just like
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I didn't have you roll with that vine attaching to the barge. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
There was no roll on that.
Or grabbing Max and pulling up.
Yeah, grabbing Max and pulling
All
him up. So I wasn't. So that's a me, not you, Kingmaker. That was I should probably not. I probably should have just let you create the skeleton key.
Mhm.
No, that's fine. It was still fun. It was still fun to like think of doing those things. Like
Yeah.
that's fine. If it happened, it happened.
Should I have rolled to jump up? I see my guy as because of Nook and Cranny, the goblin ability. I feel like he can jump up onto things and
Yeah.
cling on to like.
You don't
ledges.
have to. Yeah, that makes sense.
Scramble up. You have an
So,
advantage
yeah.
to climb things, and
It's like look
Yeah.
at that. I guess the goblin that survived in the end, right?
the goblin
Yeah.
survives again.
He's really good at surviving.
Yeah.
It's a survivor.
Yeah.
He's a survivor. Well,
But,
I
I
think,
mean,
I
feel
think
like,
Korvak survived too, Max.
I do too. I really do think I misplayed that, and I don't think the player should suffer from like that's
I think
that was
he's-
on me.
It's part of the game,
Sorry.
right? It's part of the game.
Sorry.
We have to make those call on the fly,
Yeah,
and and then we have to live with them, right? If we start like doing the retcon, then it would fall into the
you're
plot
you're
armor
probably
and
right.
like that.
I just feel bad.
Like,
Crispy
I'm
wouldn't let me be.
disappointed. I'm not
cool.
gonna lie. I'm
He's a
disappointed, but you know, it's
2D GM.
it's
I
great.
don't know.
I didn't catch
That's-
that last part.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Max. Sorry.
No, I was saying I'm disappointed, but like it's part of the social contract right, in a sense, right? We have to live with the with the call that's made and no retcon. Otherwise, if we
Yeah,
it's a slippery slope.
that
But
makes a
is it
fun campaign. Though.
retcon? Like all that happened is that you're cold and like
Yeah, like we
it's
we
kind of
will-
a cliffhanger.
yeah,
Like that's
they
a classic cliffhanger in a show.
there could
I
be
fed you
way.
some nasty potion, and then I say you're gonna be fine,
You know, we're okay.
and then
We're
you're like
cold.
cold and dead at the end of the
We're
episode.
cold and dead on the barge of somebody that clearly know about something about like death and reviving the dead and shit like that, right? So there
Yeah.
could be something there.
Mhm.
Also,
He's
I just
creating
fed
a wraith.
you
So
a.
yeah,
Also, I just fed you a frog and urine potion.
Yes.
it has a
So,
delayed action. We'll say.
it's delayed. It's a miracle.
So-
It's like the Miracle Max.
Yeah.
Miracle
Anyway,
Sprite.
I'm not say, like I'm not completely close of like this like
Mhm.
Deus Ex.
You're coming
Deus Ex
around. You're coming around.
But we have to be careful. We, you need to be
I
like
agree.
I always say, right? The number one priority of the GM is to preserve the verisimilitude of the world.
Exactly.
But we're not
So-
talking about like halfway through the game. We're talking about like the very last thing that happened.
Yes. Like
Um,
if you want to like counteract that, it needs to be done in a way that preserves the verisimilitude of the world. That's the thing, right? I'm saying.
okay, I agree with that. I think that Crispy just saw that I was doing something cool and he couldn't handle it because he's a GM.
Exactly.
He's like, wait a second, my player's doing something cool. I gotta shut down.
I gotta stop that quick. I know. I'll make him roll.
The straight kind of thing
Make
was kind of
everybody
like was kind of tough.
Yeah. So that was an interesting. That's one of DM Scotty's custom.
No, he showed
monsters.
up also earlier in the chat.
He did. Oh, fantastic!
Yeah,
DM's
the
got it,
DM's
he's got
draft there at 21:45.
There he is. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yes, the man himself, the myth, the legend.
Hey.
We love
Yeah.
DM Scotty. So, yep. Thank you,
Yep.
sir. So, I was using the Wraith, sorry, not Wraith. Weirdling is what it's called, and the Weirdling is very slow. I tried to describe it as moving ponderously slow,
Mhm.
and it's easy to hit. It's not exceptionally tough,
Could
other
it
than
climb to the top of the bar?
with great effort. Like it's just not
Yeah.
fast.
I was like, get
But
up here.
the thing about it is it has magic resist 3d6, which is quite high. And if it resists a failed spell, it causes one strike as a feedback to the caster.
I didn't
That's
even
what
know
was
that.
happening, Kingmaker.
I
That's
had a
why
feeling.
said miraculous save. And on a successful melee hit, it discharges this magic one strike
Big boy.
unless you make a miraculous save, which
I
is
see.
what rendered Korvak unconscious.
So, you
Yeah.
gotta
So really,
blast
it's
them
funny.
arrows.
I really like DM Scotty's monsters because they are different. This is a corpse with purple eyes. It wasn't exceptionally tough if you damaged it, and you did damage it. So it was not far from being wiped out, but it was a bit of a challenge. Yeah.
It was a bit of a challenge indeed.
And the other fight was more of a challenge because Max, you weren't rolling with Boone for your attacks on those guys.
Yeah, I don't know why I forgot. Like I think I part of the I don't know why I forgot that. I don't know why.
I need to play the system again. That's for sure. I love it.
It's excellent. It's an
I
excellent.
love
system.
it. I need to I want to get to the system. I feel like before we played, I had system mastery, and then when you're in the game, you're like,
It's true. This is true.
Like I was reading it all week, and like I notes, and I
What were
got
your
how to.
inclinations that you picked?
Yeah. Well, you got
Mine-
the familiar, so that's
So
what
I had
did.
danger
you had-
sense.
Did you have the
Iron-
teat?
I had
You did.
danger sensed.
You had the extra teat.
So yeah, danger sensed, which is I can't be surprised, and I have boon on avoiding traps.
Yeah.
Iron will. I can't be fear. I have boon for mental or fear,
Nice.
and I had the familiar.
And you had the familiar. So you had the
Yeah,
Third nipple.
third.
yeah, the third nipple.
That's good.
The third nipple.
I wasn't sure how to do that either. So
I-
my thinking was, well, the familiar, this imp, now that he's unconscious, he's still the food source for this imp.
I like
So-
that he was eating him. I thought that
He
was
was going to
awesome.
just take the food source and then be
Just
free.
take it. Just be.
And then
Dobby is a free.
He's free. Gave him a sock
Gave a sock.
and most of your spleen because he'll eat that too.
Yeah.
I want to talk a bit about running in the street.
Yes. Yeah.
I think this is something we could have done better. I think we need to find a way to do 40 the running in the street a bit better.
Mm.
Because there was a lot of round, like just like, well, I'm still running, and say, I don't know. At some point, like I should have, and at some point, like I said, like I'm getting to this place where I could jump down or some shit, like trying to create some like texture in the city and like have something happen.
Mhm.
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
We were doing things. Like things were happening.
Yeah,
okay,
Phil,
I get
you did this cool thing where you dropped the anchor on the bramble wall and then described them shriveling and becoming flammable, and then I had
that
you
was cool.
roll to see if it catches fire.
That was another karma dump I did on that one.
But it was worth it. It
Yeah.
totally changed the chase.
I think you rolled a 1 on whatever.
I
the hell you
did.
rolled.
I rolled a 1 versus your. I think you did a 5 or something.
I did 6.
You did a 6 on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Kingmaker wouldn't have rolled like so shitty on the talking to the guy.
Yes, that would
Dude,
be-
I showed up as like this like friggin' seasoned necromancer, ready to show off my skills, and I was just a dud. No, I was happy with a couple of things. Like for instance, I was happy I got off my like ground desecration. Some of my bone needles that I was doing.
What
I
did
think
you
I
guys-
could have.
Sorry, go ahead, King.
No, I was thinking I could have did something else, maybe with the mummy at the end. Maybe I
loved
tried
the
to talk to
the
it.
flavor of your magical staff is sending bone shards.
Yeah,
I love the trappings of that. Like it's consistent.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said lightning in the first game, and I was like, I guess it's lightning.
It's lightning is
There's
fine.
probably
It's
a
good.
story behind it.
Well, and we did when you did that 1, you rolled the 1, and I was trying to remember the first time we were like, because that last session we did with the dungeon crawl, that was our first time using these rules, and one of the feedback from the players was 1s have to be worse. Like a 1 is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you did that lightning blast from your wand and you rolled a 1, I'm like, okay, well maybe he's blinded or something for a few rounds until he
That's why I threw my staff at him. I was like, I'm done with this fucking stuff.
You're
That
just
gave me
done
like
with it.
3 other 1s in the previous
I'm
game.
done with this.
Every time I shot that staff, it would fail. And that was something I really wanted my 1s to be terrible. I feel like
I feel like at some point we had
Max
so many of them.
softballed his 1s a little bit, but he had like a bunch of them.
Well, you know, like
I almost had him disarmed when he did that
one I had to do a miracle save to keep my sword.
Yeah,
one of them, but the other one
I was
like
kind of
a
proud of that
sweep.
point actually.
You were doing
that
like a
particular scene I was proud of.
a sweep thing, and then like you hit a 1, and then you're like, I'm going to continue my sweep. I'm like, you're probably not going to continue your sweep.
Well,
After
also to
a
be
while.
honest, yeah.
Although it should have been a boon, but it wasn't.
I would have. Yeah, exactly. I should have rolled with a boon. So
Yeah.
I was
But at some point, that's the thing too, right? When you roll so many 1s, that's something you're supposed to be good at. Like, how bad are you gonna make them? Like, at some point, it become like silly, right? It become like you turn to the clown shoot. But if it's my fault because I didn't roll, I forgot to roll with the boon because I had like a brain fart, I guess, at that point. I remember it later in the game. I don't know why. Like in that fight, I was like all excited. I was, oh man, just like
You remembered it in time to get the damage returned to you by the wraith.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
I was happy I didn't fail that
Die
roll.
from it.
I may have. Did I do that wrong too? I bet I did.
I was happy I didn't fail the roll.
I think
Like,
there's
I was-
something. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I when I killed that dude on the floor before we ran out, I'm like, this better go off. Like he's on the floor, he's grabbed everything has him. Like, would I have rolled with Boone since he was like being held?
Well,
Well, it's a spell.
it's a spell.
It's a spell, right? Okay.
so you can choose 1 to 3.
That's right. You do 1 to 3, yeah. Yeah. I could have done, but it went off. But I was like worried. I'm like, if I do this and it doesn't, I'm just gonna run.
I think that there was a mistake you also made, Kingmaker, was you confirmed a crit and you didn't roll another die. So like that.
I saw that. Well,
that die
yes.
explodes every time you roll 6.
So I realized when I did that. So I hit the 6, and then I rolled another one,
You rolled a 5
And
and
then-
karma'd it.
And then I think I said I karma'd it. That would explode again.
Yes.
That's where I screwed up. I knew it.
That's
okay.
But,
and that
I
was something
think-
we got wrong the first time we played this, is that it only
Well,
is a crit if the second
Yeah.
roll is a 6.
I should have remembered
I
that
don't
because
think that-
you said that the other day.
I don't think that's correct. I think it's like, I know it's called confirming a crit, but I think it crits on a 6, but you don't do an extra damage unless you roll another 6. So it's still called
that's
a crit.
yeah, that's
And
probably
then-
right.
When you do crit, there's no armor save.
Mhm.
Oh,
So if
really?
someone
Okay.
crits against you, I don't think you're supposed to have an armor save.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
that's so.
just that I thought that going.
It could be
into the game,
brutal.
That might not.
That
be
is
true.
it. Yeah.
They don't. NPCs don't get karma though. So at least I don't think they do.
Yeah.
I think we did it right.
Okay.
I think we did it right.
And Elf Hunter, like I said, like a 17% fumble rate before karma or hero die, and you cannot even spend karma on a 1. And at some point, that was a thing too. Like I had a bunch. There was some point I had a bunch of karma, then I buy a hero dies, which cost a lot.
Mhm.
But I had all this karma but I couldn't use it because I kept fucking rolling 1s.
That's true.
Wow.
That is true.
Everyone was more karma.
Yeah.
It felt great to
Great.
run a game again, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's do another EZD6.
I just love this system so much.
Yeah.
I agree.
We certainly felt a little rusty at times, but
I know I did.
I'm hoping on the rewatch that it holds up.
How much did you enjoy eating Kingmaker's character?
Probably more than I should admit publicly.
I love it.
liked
It was
I liked
great.
all your characters. Kingmaker, I thought your character was a great addition. Really good. I loved the familiars aspect of it, but I thought the interplay between you and Kreech was great. Really liked the tavern scene. I was getting Lisa was rolling her eyes, and I'm like, I think they're going to go to a tavern at some point. And she's like, really? I thought you guys say that the tavern thing's a cliche and that it's kind of weak sauce. So she was rolling
Could be
her
fun.
eyes.
That's why. That's why you do it sometimes.
But I thought it was good. I actually
Sometimes.
liked the tavern scene a lot. I had fun
Yeah.
describing the barmaid. I'm picturing her almost like she's on roller skates, pirouetting through the crowded room. I enjoyed that. I liked the interaction right at the beginning. I was like, oh, good. Max is totally getting the vibe I'm throwing at him with the barkeep over the counter. And I thought that the reveal of the glass gems was hilarious. And then the
I love
thing
that.
of like, that elf, we're going to get
I felt like I was in a crowded bar with rowdy adventurers. It was awesome. Yeah.
I got to
Demon
enjoy
baby.
like, I got to enjoy like having some social interaction with Korvak, because that's something we didn't get much, right? With the regular the patron at the bar, right? Like this guy that come close to me, like the guy with the light
Oh, yeah.
lighting key.
that.
And
That
first
was a
suspect
random thing
Didn't
too.
give me
So
close there, guy.
I had just randomly
I like
generated
how you're
clan
patting him on
names
the
and
belly.
dwarf names. Coin
What a-
brew, it's perfect. Coin brew.
What a
nice.
badass way to like antagonize someone. Hey there, big fella. You pat him on this pop.
With a head on the
I love that
on the
Kreech was
floor
robbing the guy
back.
blind. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was good.
I
I enjoyed
didn't
the
know if
tavern. I
I-
was expecting a tavern brawl at one point. I was like, is this going to go to a tavern brawl? That'd be cool.
Like
That
my
would have been
first-
fun.
My first action was to say like I'm watching Korvak in amazement. It's like how he's putting down. I'm glad you picked up on it and like carried it. I hope that wasn't too agency stealing. I don't know.
I don't think so. I actually thought your turn lengths were really good too. It was good. It struck a good balance. There's only a couple times I'm like, I think I should make sure that I pass the torch to this player, make sure that they get it, and then make sure I go back to this player at this point. So there was a little bit of directing there from me as I was going, okay, I want this turn now. But really the turns themselves were quite short.
That's
Maybe
something
that's
like
because I
especially
wasn't playing.
when we split, right? When we split,
Yes.
trying to stay conscious of like if one character goes do something on one side, and we stay with him for a little while, like being conscious of how long that interaction would have taken, right?
Yes.
So then, like, that's basically how much time you have to fill in before, like, okay, now you know, just like this kind of thing.
I think we did really good on the conversation.
Yeah, that was one of the, I was just going to say that. Four times or so, and then I was listening for that, Phil. So when I heard that back and forth 4 times or so, that's when I would step in and say, okay,
Yeah.
Korvak or Kingmaker or Vareth or
Mhm.
Kreech, like just okay. So there, especially when it was back and forth between Kreech and Vareth, when I heard there was okay, there's 3 or 4 exchanges. Now it's over to Korvak, and then he had his chance with
And with
the
the
barkeep.
or whatever.
So
some
I thought that
at
was
some
good.
point, like, I had to interrupt you, Crispy,
Yes. Yep.
because like you were like doing a few things, and I wanted to, like, you know, like, oh, he's going for the tanker. I put my hand on it.
I really liked that. I thought that was great that you did that. I liked that because it was actually really fun for me to see that I was trying to get this note passed and you just Korvac constantly, no, I'm not. I'm picturing that as, hey, that's was perfect. Like I could see that scene of the frustration of the barmaid as she's trying to get Korvac to pay attention to something. He's just not having it. So I thought that was
she
great.
was like poisoning us. I was like, what the
Yeah,
heck?
I wasn't sure what to do with that, but I was like, it's definitely not poison, but maybe that's
Yeah.
watered down. And I was like,
Yeah,
it's kind of a waste for Kreech's cool.
the fact that I know
ability.
that we're not poisoned is good enough.
That's good enough. Yeah.
That
Also, there was one part that was a little awkward, and that was when we're at the alley and we're watching the guards go to the bar. There was
Yes.
a lot of action that happened there, and I think that there could have been some
paused there for
some conversation about, oh, I wonder how this is going to go, or like just
I was trying to respect
Oh, yeah.
you're absolutely right. I was trying to put some I guess some haste to it. Like I was like, this is something that's moving quickly. Same thing with the caravan that stopped on the street. It was just a quick stop. Like it wasn't, and then that's they only stopped because
that was another
the other the other adventurer groups were stopping them just to make sure that you weren't there. Like they would kind of come around but you're right. That probably was a long time that you could have had more actions in that alleyway.
Well,
should have just jumped on it.
The discovery of what it is.
Mhm.
Like we didn't have a chance to be wrong about. It's like, oh, let's go talk to these guards, and then we're like, oh, we shouldn't talk to these guards. It's just like,
well, I was trying. Like
they are coming for me. Okay.
Yeah,
in some sense, though, the urgency was good, though.
What I was trying to do
was
there
urgency,
is I was trying to have that reveal of here's the information broker drunk dwarf.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, you just got to get Kreech. Like he's going to be, and as far as he knew, you were still in the tavern. So.
One thing I really like when I went against the wall to pretend piss, just so I can, like, you know.
Oh yeah, and then Kreech just
came in with a bottle, collect.
And then I actually start pissing.
Yeah, I just show up. You guys are peeing. Yeah.
What is this?
Let me get my
streams.
Yeah, and then when Gary was like, I walk up behind him, I was like,
what are you guys doing?
That's the kind of little detail, like, you know, I feel like it felt like those guys, you know, they used to be together. They used to, like,
you guys were like, it's so funny because like I actually kind of like really like mulled over this for days. Like, how am I going to integrate my character? And I had all these ideas at the top of the well. And then we get on tonight and we're like, all right, we're going to be at the tavern. And I'm like, everything's in the air. And then, because I like, after, I think when I watched, you guys were like, oh yeah, we're going to take it off right where it left off. I'm like, all right, so I'll approach when they get there or something. And
yeah. And that was the plan. Cause we had thought, you're absolutely right. You didn't misremember that, Kingmaker. Right up until about 2 minutes to 3 minutes before start time, we were still under the understanding that it was going to start up right where it left off at the entrance of Gascon's well. Like that was going to be it. But
I had all these things in my head.
Adjustment.
Yeah. Like what would I say? Why I'm there? What makes sense? All those things. And then we got there and I walk up to the table, introduce my, hey, what's going on, Kreech? And then it's like, hey, can I join you guys? No, you could hire us. I'm like,
Totally. That was hilarious.
I was like,
Like,
It was, but you just rolled with it, which was
I tried.
you just rolled with it.
It was fun as hell. You guys, because like I said, your characters had sick chemistry. Like he was awesome. Like I was just like, I was the outsider as the character. Like totally, I was just like, and the weird, creepy necromancer. It's like, what's up, Kreech? And you're just like, this freaking guy again.
He's like,
Phil,
oh no.
how much do you think like, and Phil and Crispy, like, how much do you think like in between Korvak and Kreech, how much do you think you see back of Alan and Brick?
I mean, you get hints of it. I think a little bit. It's just the chemistry
I don't
between.
think they're that.
But I don't think they're. I don't think it's.
I mean,
the
it's because it's
same.
you and me, but I don't think
Yeah.
they're the same.
Me
Alan's
and
not
me,
like
it's
really
like those kind of asshole a
huge
bit,
drunk.
right?
Yeah, I mean, Korvak has a totally different
Yeah, he's totally
feel
different
to
than
me though than Alan.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I don't think they. I don't think. And so, just so that anyone who's still watching knows, since I wasn't sure, what I did as prep for this is I had again using just random tables. I had come up with 6 different road encounters that I could randomly roll on. I'm trying to keep everything to a D6 just to keep it quick.
Yeah.
I had 6 different forest encounters that had randomly rolled on. I didn't get a chance to use those, but that's okay. And then 6 rumors and odd jobs and just things that I could quickly roll on as a random thing that's happening, depending on what these guys decide they're going to do. Because I wasn't sure. Again, I thought we were starting at Gascon's Well,
Yeah.
and so
Oh yeah. So
We
you
were
gotta
gonna
like
walk through the forest.
Yeah.
encounter. Yeah.
I right up until we started, I just did not read.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it, Chubby Fudster. Thank you for dropping it. And anyone who's not aware, he's got a product that he's. I mean, what is it? It's a Vampire the Masquerade setting or something.
Yeah, he did a
Ooh.
BLG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just on BLG's stream. He
Nice.
So thanks for dropping in. I just wasn't sure where we were going to. Shadow
Very
City,
good,
that's what it
yeah.
is. Search Shadow City on
Alright.
Kickstarter for our friend Chubby. So I'm going to leave that up for a bit. So I just wasn't sure where things were going to be, and I like the idea of that I have some things that I could draw on short notice to help me improvise, without having it be scripted. Like
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
glad you
That's
used
also
the tables.
something like
I love
sorry,
random.
go ahead.
I was just saying, I like I like that you use the tables. I'm happy. I didn't know you were, and I'm glad to see. I feel like it worked. So I think
Yeah,
you did a great job, Crispy. In case
but thank you.
You did awesome,
brother.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
One thing-
Appreciate it.
The reason also I came back with just like a 2 strike, right, is because like we were supposed to start back at the Gascon Well like right after the end of the adventure. So I said, well,
Right.
I wouldn't have time to heal.
you kind of
but-
would have though. Maybe.
Now, like thinking that like we started at a tavern, so we like kind of
You'd have that. Yeah.
I took a shower. I probably slept a bit, take a meal.
Yeah.
So I probably went back to my 5 strike, right? So,
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
but
We probably went straight to the bar because you're a psycho.
But even then, in EZD6, having a good meal.
Yeah.
So it
is-
doesn't take a full day's rest. It's just
sleep,
No.
it's a good meal and rest, no?
hand rest.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's good meal, and I mean I was treating it as carousing. So like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So
Uh,
like,
just
and
another
I
reason you
mentioned
should be
when it
alive.
started.
Yeah.
When I started, like I did mention that I just came out of a shower or a bath, right? Just like
Yes.
that I started like that, and so I probably would have my strike.
I
fully.
think so. Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, you recover 1 strike naturally by eating a meal and resting for the night. So
Oh yeah.
1 strike,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
yeah,
Oh, 1 strike, yeah.
just
Oh,
1
yeah.
strike, not all of them. Yeah.
Maybe I would have 1
That's
more.
right.
Yeah.
Which again leads me to say that it's entirely reasonable for Korvak to make his return. I'm sorry, apologies to Kingmaker, you're dead.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, that's fine.
Another reason Kreech and
That's fun. It's
Kreech
funny.
and Brick aren't really similar.
was that the
Kreech and
No,
Brick aren't really
Yeah,
similar.
Brick are not very similar,
no, they're
Brick's
really
a-
not. Yeah, they're
Brick's
really
an
not.
aspiring hero who's dead.
Yeah,
But-
was
Yeah.
dead. But like the dynamics between the two, I find like there's something like no, they've
Nah,
known
I
each
think
other
there's
for a
much
long
more
time.
love between Elaine and
Yes.
than there is between Korvak and Kreech.
I like it feels like there's just the right amount of antagonism between Kreech and everybody else.
Mhm.
And Korvak has that just the right amount of kind of detached indifference.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, is similar to Alan, but he doesn't have the same edge as Alan does.
Yeah.
He doesn't brood, right? He's not a brooding kind of guy.
Yeah.
I
Alan
like
is
how,
much more like Alan is much more like easygoing.
yeah,
Well, he's just like, yeah, whatever. Just like, like go with the flow and stuff like that. While
Korvak's a
I
little
guess like
bloodthirsty, I think.
what?
Maybe he's not meant to be bloodthirsty, but I feel like he is a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
he
a
loves
bit more.
combat.
He's a bit more violent.
Yeah.
He's quite more violent actually, and he's
Yeah.
also like more prime, right? He's
Yeah.
more willing to go to violence.
I think they feel very different.
yeah,
Yeah, but both maybe have like this a bit of like provocateur, right? Just like
a little bit.
Mhm.
a bit of like this edge of like
Most-
pushing people a bit.
Most
They're
of
a
my
little bit-
characters
he's,
will be like that too.
Most
Most
my
of my
character.
characters. Most of my characters are like that too. Yeah.
I blast him. That's what I like about Phil's characters.
And I
Yeah, so
blast.
I blast that guy. Just gonna blast him.
Yeah.
Well, that's 2.5 hours, guys. I think we'll end the stream here, but
Can we take a moment? Do you mind?
sure.
If we
Yeah.
talk about next?
Yeah,
yeah.
let's talk about that. What are we doing next,
'Cause
gentlemen?
I want it to be EZD6, and I
I do
want
too.
Totally. Love this game. Really do. So good.
I want to do it again just because, like,
Can we do a few shot bounty hunter Horizon game? Would that be in the
totally.
cards? What do you think, Max?
Totally. I'd love to do that.
Or would you rather just go back to Elaine or
To
Alain?
Alan.
Alain. I say like
Alan.
a Frenchman.
Alan.
Alan.
Alain.
No, not Alain.
it was
Alan. I would rather go back to Alan, but
I'm down with
it's
this.
Alan is ready to meet new character now because like all his buddies are off, right?
Frankie
Alan
Pop
is who?
is ready.
Yeah.
Who's Alan?
It was Max's
The
character
Horizon.
in the whole Horizon series, that 13 sessions we did.
Okay,
or
I didn't
12
watch those
sessions
yet.
with those guys, yeah.
Now that was the game that you made of. It's like a version of this, right?
It's EZD6, but we reskinned it and we did some work on new heroic paths and some inclinations that made sense for in a sci-fi setting.
Okay.
And then we borrowed a little bit
Space
from
systems.
we created a kind of spaceship mechanics and did a bunch of work on that.
You know, I mean, I felt that playing all the sessions that we did for Daggerheart got me super warmed up on the system. So if we stick to this, that sounds great. And if it's just
For
a variation of
Daggerheart?
this, yeah. I felt like because I played it 3 times back to back, I got more and more familiar with the system. So like doing this more after this would be
And on the
good, you know, for me.
on the daily, like it works the same, right? What we did, like it's a version of that, like it works the same on almost everything. We just had like a few
Perfect.
more rules, like
That's
spaceship
perfect.
stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
It's actually, when you think about it, Horizons, it is a little more streamlined, other than the spaceship combat that we've been tinkering with, than pure plain vanilla EZD6, because we don't have much in the magic. Like there's no magic resist, since there is no magic really in this session.
But they don't have spaceships and
That's right.
Yeah.
EZD6. So.
I will start binging that series.
I don't know if you
It's
have
a
to
good
watch the whole
show.
thing, but
I don't know. I mean,
I
there's,
don't know if you have to watch the whole thing because like you wouldn't necessarily know like the.
but if you want to get a flavor for the
like,
universe, I
You
guess.
have to watch the whole thing. Everyone.
Oh yeah, if you
listening-
want to get the flavor for the universe, yes.
I'll watch it. Oh no, I would like to have that. This way, I have a good idea of something.
13
you know?
episode plus a few off
There was
main
a
series.
yeah, like there was one with Big Bad and Max as
and there's one
agents.
with and there's a UNPCs that is in the
There's a
Horizon.
UNPC.
There's a Horizon NPC. That's right.
Yeah.
I watched that one, and the whole donut thing was so funny.
Oh yeah, that was the one with Big Bad and Max, the donut
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
then there's a UNPC that I think it was just Phil and
Just
I
me, yeah.
and
The-
that was
like
in the
the
same universe.
It was Intrigue Horizon. Was
Yeah.
the Intrigue tone? Yeah.
Okay.
the with Big Bad, like that would like I remember in that game, like we're trying to get the information for the password, was in the bathroom listening, right? That was pretty cool. Trying to
Yes.
get trying to get the guy to
Yes.
talk so he can guess the password. Yeah.
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 I think so. Just to answer William here, the Me, Myself, and Die Blade Runner, I believe I have watched it, but I am going to go back to it because I do think it was one that I was like, man, this one's really good.
Mm.
And so anyway, usually I go to the ones that I really hate. I can talk more about those, but yeah, no, I appreciate the recommendation. I still have it on my watch later thing, so I haven't forgotten. But yeah, so back to what we're going to do next week. What's the consensus on that?
So is that what we're doing? We're going back to Horizon
Back to Horizon?
I would
On-
love to do that. So
on Tuck 5.
Oh yeah, we're going to go back to Tuck 5. Sure.
5.
There's
Yeah.
a bit of
Tuck
a
Home
thing
five.
there,
Home
like
of one Frankie Potts.
Yeah.
there's a bit of a thing there, like with Alan just brought back
He brought back
Rick, buddy.
Brick's body,
Mhm.
and
Are we doing
you-
this whole thing, or are we skipping over that?
it's up to, I guess we can talk about that and see what you want to do, because we can skip over that and do a bit of a time jump, or we can just start right up with that and see how it goes.
Yeah, you could do like 6 months later.
Yeah.
Homegirls left you.
Yeah, so that's Evelyn. Evelyn was on her way back towards.
Yeah.
If you want to do that,
Yeah,
talk about it.
she was going back home.
Should we session
sure.
0 the back half of Horizon?
Or maybe.
Probably be a good time, especially if we're going to bring Kingmaker or potentially some others in on the
Yeah.
game session. That may be a good idea for us just to take a few moments.
Pregnant. I never slept with Evelyn.
Nope,
Allegedly.
at least not on screen, because that was in the social contract. So
Did I go too far there with the bomb?
no, not at all. It was fine. That was fine. I thought that was funny that it was like, oh no, he's got a history. Korvak's got a history with the barmaid. Like, okay, cool, yeah. So
Yeah, I gotta give some thought. You guys reskinned like paths, or like paths they call them, right? Paths.
yeah, so we have
No, Crispy called them pads, but they're
Heroic-
called Pat.
yeah,
P-A-T-H.
path.
Yeah, path. Yeah.
Heroic path is what I meant to say. If I probably
What would be the
mispronounced it.
plural of path?
So paths. So
Isn't that what you
yeah, so in the
Ah.
we just created a few, and I think that the document, if you go onto in the Discord, there is a channel for the Horizon. Now it's probably pretty lengthy because we ran it for so long, but
Mhm.
there are some documents there. They're just little notepad documents that have
Okay.
the new heroic paths that we created,
Okay.
and
Okay.
Yeah, so that just
inclinations, and yeah.
It's a bit incomplete, and you kind of. I think I ended up making up my own
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did, because once you
That's
get
fun.
we honestly
for this one. I just
pretty,
made.
we're pretty good about just making up the heroic path to fit the concept.
Yeah.
That has worked very well for us. So, I want to be a mechanic, or I want to be a pilot, or I want to be like this.
Got
And we kind of, okay, you have boon on this, and these are some of the abilities you have, and then you pick your inclinations.
Here's the thing. All those paths are made up.
They're all made up.
You
It's
know?
all made up.
I'm looking through it now. That's fun. I'm gonna find it and poke through it here.
Yeah, if you have no
And if I had to
trouble,
make
don't-
something up,
yeah, don't beat your head against the wall. We can always just repost them. I've got them saved too, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Matt has
okay.
them.
Okay.
Yes.
Probably
so
should pin it.
In
We probably
those
should pin
paths.
it. That's right. Yeah. Anyway, so there we go. I'm excited for
God, I'm
that.
excited to play Horizon.
So are we doing like next Tuesday? Are we doing like session 0 that?
Here we go.
Probably a good idea. Have some, maybe, I don't know if we need a full session 0. I think we could maybe just do a little bit and then go right into it,
Okay.
So
kind of like we
session-
did today.
Yeah. Do a little session 0 pre.
Just a quick warm up,
Like,
refresher,
not
and then right in.
I'm not against like skipping 6 month list later or some shit like that, right?
I think that'll be a little easier, especially if we're bringing in
is,
two new,
Exactly.
at least two new characters, and maybe even more.
Yeah, I
Like, who
don't-
knows?
don't really want to role play like a funeral.
Well, that's
No.
the thing. I wanted to.
Did you?
I wanted to meet with Brick's wife.
Yeah.
Well, we can start there. I mean, you could be
Go with
6
the
months later, and
funeral.
you're still checking
You-
in on Brick's
Funeral
family.
could be a good place to meet those 2 new characters too.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe
What
common link is
funeral.
Brick's family, and then that's how we introduce the other 2.
Alternatively,
Uh-oh.
you drop off the body and you miss the funeral because you're like an alcoholic now.
I'm not an alcoholic.
You're depressed because you miss me so much.
There we go. Character class. Found it. Character
I
class.
wouldn't miss
So-
the
Got him?
funeral.
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
plan on that.
Adam
Yeah.
is womb brother.
They are womb brothers. That's true.
I also think, and just an idea to run past you, we're getting familiar with each other enough that we don't have a huge problem with talking over one another. And I mention that because I wonder, because the original plan for this session was that we were going to have 4 players. Now, most of the Horizon, it's 2 players and me.
Yeah.
So I think we should experiment with adding a few more that that are not going to talk over. Like Kingmaker is excellent. So having Rick, and if he can make it for a session or 2, that would be great.
Horizon was supposed to be like the pickup game.
It
Yeah.
was supposed to be a game where new people could come in and drop in for
I
a
was
bit.
supposed to- oh man, I wish I could game with you guys. Say, well, we're gonna make a game that you can jump in easily.
That was my pitch. My
Fucking
elevator
nobody
pitch
did.
was
fucking
this, and then
coward.
it turned out to be just Phil and Max for 13 sessions. With
You got me, so don't worry.
yeah, that's great. So I'm thinking that, because I know there's a few others that were just really chomping at the bit.
Yeah. For 13
jump in.
sessions, just constantly chomping.
Yeah,
It's Chubby
Chomp, chomp.
Funster. It's like Chubby Funster's last comment. It's talking about me, not my character. They're different. I am prone to melancholy and drink to go through the day.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
He does like adventure.
Yes, I do like adventure. Which by adventure I mean like getting into fight into bars.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bounty Hunter sounds fun.
So we'll iron out the final logistics on that offline, and I think it's time to say goodnight to the fine folks that have been watching.
Like,
Really appreciate those that joined us live. Of course, thanks to the players for being here and committed and engaged the whole time and not distracted. It's just so good.
And thanks to Crispy for running a great game.
Hey,
thanks,
you, man.
Crispy.
I
Almost
appreciate it.
a-
Couldn't
Even
do it
though,
without
even though he wouldn't let his players be cool. He's
just
fine GM.
just some of you, of you. But hey, thank you for everybody that tuned in, and we'll watch it on the replay.
Oh, wait.
Keep an eye on our channels here as we have more content coming out. And as always, if you're like us and serious about putting role play back into role playing games, I know, shocking. If you're serious about that, then maybe consider hopping into the Discord, talking to some other people that share your interest in role playing.
Maybe you should
Yeah.
put in chat the link to the Discord that you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you know what? I think I will, and I'll make sure that it's in the description as well, so that
All right.
so you can just jump in and grab it. And if you're serious, but again, if you're not serious about role playing games,
out.
then it's not for you. And we're kind of, it's not that we won't listen to you and appreciate you for a human being, but we can do that at a distance. So so thanks everybody, and closing thoughts from any of the 3 of you.
I love EZD6. Let's keep doing it, and let's do some Horizon next. I'm excited for that.
Absolutely fantastic.
And great job, Crispy. It was
I
great.
was really happy to run the magic system again.
Me too.
Mhm.
And I think we did a much better job of doing the magic system as it's written by DM Scotty.
And I guess
Roll
I'm glad to have
resistance.
some resolution with.
I think I'll play another next time we do we do fantasy.
Not
Yes.
so fast, undead dwarf. We'll see.
He's glowing purple eyes now.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
All right, take care, guys.
Take care.
Take it
we'll
easy,
catch you on
everyone.
the next one, everybody.
God
Bye.
bless.
Bye.